If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and I'm gonna do a microphone check really quickly. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me, because most of y'all know that I'm not super techie, right? And sometimes I start talking and running my big mouth, and y'all can't hear a word I'm saying. So let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, Kisa and Wanda, and let me know if a lot of y'all just came from TikTok. I went live on TikTok for like 15 minutes. I'm actually still there because I can't even shut the room down. Let me know if you came over from TikTok. I want to shout you out personally. And again, just welcome to the live broadcast. I'm super excited that you guys are here. And again, unlike TikTok, I can show you guys multiple pictures and footage. I'm going to see if I can have Shay help me shut this down, because I want to focus on my people that are here from YouTube now. So big shout out to Cynthia, Rhonda, Jasmine, Miss Vivian. Right, I super appreciate it, and thank you to everybody that always just joins us from every other forum. We're usually on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Chatter, Clubhouse. We stream in a lot of different places. And watch this, as I usually say, you guys got a lot of choices of where you could be, but the fact that y'all chose to be here, I super appreciate that. So thank you. I appreciate that, and I hope that we say something tonight that blesses your whole life. Okay, so again, welcome Valerie, Claudia, top-notch styles. All of you guys came over from TikTok. I super appreciate that. And my job today is to show you guys how do we take people from homeless to hopeful, and we do that in a shared living environment. So I pretty much did an intro already, but I also want to make this an opportunity where you guys are also able to ask me questions, because one thing about us, right? Most people that bump into us, Miss Jasmine, you guys got the idea. But Ms. Rhonda, you have no clue that this could even be implemented, if that's a word, implementation. You didn't know that you could implement it. See, my tongue getting tied up, see, because I'm getting excited already. Most of y'all, Cynthia, were just like me. Claudia, you probably love God, you love people, and you love real estate. Claudia, I don't even know you, but I can guarantee you, Claudia, Valerie, Rhonda, Jasmine, Cynthia, I guarantee you without even asking, I guarantee y'all love God. You love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. And this is the way that we just kind of mesh it all together. So in less than 2 minutes and 13 seconds, I'm going to bring my wife up, because I also want y'all to meet her, because my wife does what I do, but Shay does it from what we call a nonprofit standpoint. So again, before we get super deep, right, Claudia, an independent living facility is just an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Not the 16-year-old, not the 13-year-old, not the husband and wife, not the guy that's got a boo thing. It must be an adult from 18 years or older. I jokingly tell people my rules is from 18 to 118. If you turn 119 in my place, we got to move you somewhere else. Okay? Now, I jokingly say that, but just to show you the range, Miss Valerie. So again, what I love about people that usually find us, it ain't by coincidence. Most of y'all been praying for something just like this. You just had no clue that you can mesh the love of God, the love for people, and real estate all in one. Does that make sense, everybody, so far? And I've only been here for 4 minutes. So far on screen, what you're seeing right now is a social worker begging God to change his life. Claudia, you should have heard me begging God, God, change my life. Valerie, I was begging God to change my life. But look at what he showed me, Valerie. God showed me my dream through somebody else that was doing it this way. Everything and everything. You came over from TikTok. I promised you that I was going to show you more than one picture. Did I not? You're going to see so many pictures tonight, everything. You're going to be like, wow, he really meant that. Yes. On TikTok, I can only show you one picture. But when you come to YouTube, I'm showing you a lady right now, Valerie, that was making $41,000 a month doing this. The devil is a liar. Guys, this broke my heart. And I'm going to tell you right now, this ain't me being mean, but if it don't break your heart to find out somebody was making 41 grand a month, housing people with beds on the floor, no sheets, no pillow, no comforter, I'm going to tell you right now, you on the wrong YouTube channel. If this don't break your heart and you can't envision yourself in this, again, I'm not for you. I'm for the guy that love God, love people, and love real estate. And watch this. Before one of y'all even think it, I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm not a bishop. But I do love God. I love people, and we love real estate. God was just genius enough to let us merge it all together. And this is what we now call a ministry today. But for my new people like Cynthia, who's never seen this stuff, Cynthia, this should blow your mind. Valerie, this should absolutely blow your mind, Valerie. Claudia, if this don't blow your mind, like, I don't even know what to say. Because I saw a lady doing this, y'all, making $41,000 a month. And before I get too far, I jokingly tell people, Valerie, that if you don't got your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks that are holding that bed up. Cynthia, the devil is a liar that we're going to make 41 grand a month and house people in these conditions. See how loud and passionate I get about this? Because y'all remember, I was the social worker making $28,000 a year, begging God to change my life. But why does the beds have to be on the ground? Why we kind of put the bed on cinder blocks? Why does that fan got to be on the dadgum banana box? Guys, this is sad to me. But watch how I think, though, and this is just me. When the girl said, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, but look at what I make doing it. Claudia, she pulled her phone out and she went, look, Derek. Claudia, she scrolled month for month for month. And Jillian, as I nearly fainted and somebody had to almost pick me up off the ground, I was like, Lord, have mercy. Put in the chat right now, if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit? Because I don't want to be, disrespectful to somebody that think that's a little bit of money. Put in the chat right now, if you made $41,000 every 30 days, would that change your life a little bit? Now, if that don't change your life, you don't have to say nothing. But if that changed your life a little bit, would it? I just want to see, so I'm going to stop talking and read the chat because I never kind of go in the chat. I'm going to go to the chat. Kendra said that would change her life. Cynthia said that would change her life. LaShawna says, yes, sir, that would change my life. Mary, would that change your life, Mary? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But can you imagine, though, making that kind of money, doing it the wrong way? You shouldn't be able to sleep at night if that's the case. You should be bothered in your sleep making that kind of money, treating people like this. Because like I always say, guys, these are not our people. These are God's people. And one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated them. So the devil is a liar that we're going to make this kind of money, beg God to change our life, but we're going to house them like this. So today, because 8 years ago, y'all, this is what I saw. I'm like most of y'all trying to get into something like this, thought it had to be a group home. Type the word me in the chat if you thought this had to be a group home. You thought you had to have a license. Not true, ladies and gentlemen. Shay, you ready? I see you working over there. I'm not sure what you're doing. My wife is over here still working, look like y'all, but I'm about to bring her up. But Shay, if you're busy, you just tell me. Give me 1 minute. Because Shay, there's a lot of people today that want to do this from a nonprofit standpoint. I don't do that and I don't talk about it. That's not my game. That's Shay's whole game, y'all. So without further ado, because I can keep going. By now, you can tell I got a big mouth. I'm passionate and I love this. But give me 2 seconds and let me introduce to you guys the founder and thought leader of the Angela Denise Foundation. And that's my beautiful wife. Miss Shay, join us and tell the people who you are and what you do.
Good evening, everybody. I love what somebody just said. Some ha-ha, she's still present. Yeah, I am. Actually, funny thing about it, and Derek doesn't even realize it. I'm going to just give you a quick synopsis of what I just dealing with. So I have a client that's overseas, out of country, completely out of country. And she was just going back and forth with me, Derek, talking about the thing that we've been talking about, working so hard, fulfilling purpose, that you have to take a minute to woosah, right? You have to, even though you separate from your actual physical office where you work every day, They literally, Derek, just came back from Vegas, the McNeils. So she was like, Shay,
is that them in the chat?
No. I'm talking about,
because people are shouting you out in the chat, so I didn't know if that was them.
Everybody. So no, this was the Bermuda McNeils. They were going back and forth with me to just discuss something that they were trying to figure out. But that's what I was working on. But again, Derek, just wanted to let people know, even though you are an entrepreneur, and this is just my little segue into why I said what I said, even though you are an entrepreneur, what you don't realize is that you work 10 times more than you would and then that you do on your regular 9 to 5. But it's a different passion. It's a different love for what you do. And it causes you to go over and above. And sometimes you have to take a moment to realize, okay, you know what? I've been pushing it for the last 365 and haven't really taken a step back to just really catch myself, right? So that's literally what I was just doing. I was just ministering to somebody else really quickly before I came on. But good evening, everybody. I am Shanya Shea Forston. I'm the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization right here in Orlando, Florida, that utilizes the ILF model, housing model. And we utilize that as one of our programs under our nonprofit organization. And that is my income generating program. What a lot of people don't realize, Derek, is as a nonprofit organization, you can make a profit, right? But we are not in the business of being profitable. So my profit can be turned around again into going out and doing something else in the community, whether it's our toiletry totes, Easter's coming up. So the Angela Denise Foundation will be doing some stuff for our local church for the Easter holiday. So there's different things that we can allocate that profit to expand our reach, right? To expand our mission and add new programs and new things, offerings to our community. But ultimately, the number one program that I have and I'm running, functioning for the last 5+ years has been the Angela Denise Foundation's housing program, which is which is an ILF, independent living facility. Ran just like a for-profit independent living facility. I do, because of my population type and because I am nonprofit, I keep my bed rate a little bit lower than the average for-profit for-profit ILF. But ultimately, I run my business, my nonprofit, but that is an extension of business, right? Exactly like how Derek runs his, doing an assessment, bringing the right people in, taking payments. There are times where I have extra funds or excess funds available to allow for someone to get a bed for a month, 2 months, 3 months, just depends on what donations and donors, what grants we've received. Like prime example, just last week, we got $1,000 Walmart grant. That's going to go towards our toiletry tote campaign. That's also going to go towards this Easter give back fund that we're doing for the nonprofit. So there's so much you can do as a nonprofit organization. But what I do want people to know today, my nonprofit can make a profit, right? Not me, the individual, not Shanya Shea Forston, the individual can make a profit. The nonprofit can in fact make a profit, but then in turn, turn around and utilize it for another opportunity to give back. So a lot of people get that misconstrued, right? They want to know, can you pay yourself? Absolutely. But it's with my board's approval. We look at our budget. We sit down and vote. They take it on a vote. They decide whether or not it's a feasible rate that I'm looking to charge, to pay myself, and they agree upon about it, or they disagree, right? And say, let's go back to the drawing board. This is the budget. You're trying to take X amount out of that budget. Can we, come to a happy medium? Absolutely. So again, a board of directors is key for me as a nonprofit organization, and having a board that I can work with and communicate with, and a board of directors that can also share the vision of the Angela Denise Foundation. So that's a little bit about me. That was nonprofit in a nutshell. I like that, Nonprofit in a nutshell. That sounds like
Branded.
Something. Sounds like we got something. What you say, folks?
I love it. Guys, go ahead and put in the chat as Shay continues to speak, because I'm sure you guys got questions about the nonprofit. Yeah. You guys are doing it, but I'll announce it. Go ahead and put in the chat, where are you located, right? Where are you guys located? What city, what state? We're in Orlando, Florida, but my coaching is in 38 states. Shay and I got coaching clients, students, family, as we call y'all, in 38 states. So we're trying to get in 50 states, y'all. right? But as I jokingly say all the time, it's hard to find people in Montana, Wyoming, right? So there's no state that's been put in the chat yet that we're not in. Pennsylvania, I see Arizona, I see Maryland, Phoenix, Arizona, Houston, Texas. We're all over Texas. I see Dallas, I see Houston again, Kissimmee, Florida. That's where my largest ILF is, Kissimmee, Florida. So as I give it back to Shay, I'm literally just showing you guys again what I saw in the beginning, the rats, the roaches, and people being like housed in squalor and in filth. And again, the cheat code to me was that the lady showed me that she was making 41 grand doing it this way. So can y'all imagine what I thought? I was like, man, if I get in this and do it the right way, this is going to be a no-brainer for me. So watch this as I say this really slowly, because I know I talk fast and sometimes I stutter. But watch me say this and let me know in the chat if this is something that you guys also want to be known for. Because me and my family take this on. But I pray that everybody that I run into, that you guys also think like this in life. Number one, we want to please God. Number two, we want to help people. Number three, I want y'all community to respect you while you're doing it. And number four, I want you to make enough money to feed your family.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense, everybody? And I'll repeat that. But if you heard that, say, Derek, I can agree to that, bro. Derek, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. And watch me break it down slowly, and I'm giving it back over to Shay. We believe, again, that if you please God, everything else will fall into place.
Correct.
Helping people is just biblical. That's in the Bible. I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. But the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. The Bible said that when we do unto the least of thee, the marginalized, the homeless, the displaced, God said it's like you're doing a favor unto me.
Right, yeah.
Can you imagine having a business to where the financial blessing of God was already built into it? Lord have mercy. Somebody gonna agree with that. I'm gonna check the chat, but can somebody say, Derek, bro, I can agree with that. I want to please God, Derek. Derek, I want to help people. That's why I'm here. And Derek, I want my community to respect me while I'm doing it. And Derek, I ain't gonna hide it. I want to make a bunch of money doing it, Derek, because I got a family to feed, Derek. And Derek, I want to build my kingdom, my local church. I'm not asking for a bunch of money to go out and buy Benzes, Mercedes, and houses and fur coats. That stuff comes when you do the work of God through this real estate. You can buy whatever you want to buy.
Yeah. And you realize, really.
Jillian, does that make sense? She said 100%. Miss Chong, I'm going to just imagine this is just me and you talking. Can you imagine doing God's will, helping people, being a beacon of light to your community through affordable housing and making enough money to feed your family?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Who agreed to that? Cynthia, did you agree to that? Miss Kendra, did you agree to that? Like, I just want to make sure, like, am I the only one? LaShonda, did you agree to that? Because this is what this is. And I'm giving it back to Shay, but one more time.
No, I'm laughing.
This was the breaking point for me, y'all. See how I get loud and passionate? The breaking point for me was when I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, paying $750 a month to sleep in front of the kitchen stove.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
I'm giving it to Shay, but one more time. When people heard this from y'all big brother Derek, I said, ooh, Shay, I'm going to take a Saturday, Shay, and I'm going to just go and see what they look like, because I knew all the addresses, Shay. Shay was like, go, Derek, go.
But that Saturday was rough.
Hold it, Shay, because I want to speed through it, and you can have it. Y'all, when I went and saw what I saw, I was like, oh, my God.
What's rough?
And I ran into a girl that I'm going to just call Ashley today. I said, Ashley, you live here? Ashley looked at me and said, Derek, you sent me here 2 weeks ago, bro. Yeah, I live here, man. I said, Ashley, look at all these people in here. Where's your bed? Guys, when I opened the door to a 3-bed, 2-bath home, there was over 16 people in that place. And one of the bedrooms had a dadgum lock on the door. So now we're talking 16 people in a 2-bed, 2-bath. Yep. The devil is a liar. That girl walked me to the kitchen. I was like, why are we going to the kitchen? Where's your room at? Where you sleep at? Y'all in front of the kitchen stove, no lie, took pictures of it. That girl was sleeping on the kitchen floor. You know that bottom drawer of the stove that y'all put y'all cake pans in? And y'all muffin pots and all that stuff to cook your cornbread in? Yeah. As roaches were running in and out of that, Lord have mercy. She says, Derek, this is where I sleep. And y'all, the part that broke my heart, she wasn't even mad about it. She was just thankful, Shay, not to be homeless on the street. Lord have mercy. Shit, you can take it now. Because I just want the people to understand where it came from.
But I want them to understand what I saw when you came home, right? Derek came home and completely like everything said, my heart would have dropped. Can I tell you, Derek came in the house that day after going out and checking those places, and he looked so defeated. He looked like somebody just slashed all his tires, busted all his windows, and then beat him up. It was so disgusting. And when he told me this, I was like, Derek, stop. He was like, Shay, she was a beautiful woman that, just an older lady, just so sweet, so meek and mild mannered. And he says, you know how older people just have really beautiful plush skin. He said, by the time he saw her again in the 2-week span, he said it looked like she had leprosy. So things are eating her up, are biting her
Bed bugs were eating her alive.
Can you eat
send her to the place with fair skin, and now she got dots all over her skin, sleeping in front of the stove. Come on, man. Y'all, if that don't break your heart, you guys are on the wrong YouTube channel.
It's a lot that you see. And mind you guys, like here's the thing, right? When you serve this population, guess what comes with it? Roaches, mice, bed bugs. That all is a part of the process, but it's how do you mitigate the issue? Do you just let them reside in it? Do you not put things in place?
That lady said, Derek, they either live in these roaches or they go outside and live on the street. God, that ain't the mentality to have. These are God's people, y'all.
Can't do that.
How does that break anybody's heart here for that lady to make 41 grand a month?
Yeah.
As she was coming into my hospital, and I'm kind of my hospital, with her red bottom shoes on, Gucci dress, pulling up in a Mercedes Benz, best weave money can buy. Guys, I'm just telling y'all the natural stuff I saw with my eyes that were materialistic, but it let you know she was doing good in life.
Yeah, financially, especially, yeah.
So can somebody type in the chat, why not me? Because that's what I thought about, Shay. Shay, how many times I came home and said, babe, why not me? Why can't I get it in this? And boy, y'all, Shay jacked me up by my shirt and said, Derek,
I was so aggravated.
What you gonna do about it, big mouth? Just keep talking about it? So thank God for a great wife. Shay said, where your pad at? Where the pen at, Derek? Write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
Shay the one forced me to go and get this tablet to write in it the ideas of how I would start it. Who knew 8 years later I would be coaching this all over the world and meeting people just like y'all that prayed for it?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Back when you Shay.
But just in general, I just want people to know.
I'm about to talk my earphones off of my head. I'm so excited tonight. Lord, put in the chat if you excited that you met us tonight. A lot of y'all new to us.
Oh my God.
Put in the chat if you said, man, boy, I'm glad I met this family. I'm Derek Forston. I'm your new big brother. I represent Second Chance Housing. But more important for you, Shay and I run Forston Consultants, where we teach this all over the world. Back on you, Shay.
I'm laughing at these comments because everything says Shay, he on fire right now. Listen,
I get excited, y'all.
Can I be honest? Like, this is not just something that he's passionate about when he's on YouTube, when he's having conversations. This is his passion. Like, Derek will get up in the wee hours of the morning and start praying for his residents. Derek will get up in the wee hours of the morning and start writing on his vision board things that he wants to get done for the residents. Like, it is so amazing to see somebody with not just a passion, for our household, but a passion for those that he serves, that we serve. And it's honestly a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm looking through the chat real quick.
Yeah, and guys, also we love questions. We thrive off of questions. So you guys can ask any question that you want. We come here 3 days a week, guys, to teach this for free. God has been really good to me and my family, right? And I'm going to laugh and I'm going to joke and I'm going to play a lot tonight. But certain times I'm going to be a little serious. This is one of them, right? Most of y'all prayed for something like this, right? And you even got to put it in the chat. I just know that because I was also that same guy 8 years ago. Right. You just lucky now that I love to run my big mouth about it. So every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're right here. And guess what? If you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit that button that says live, I got over 765 videos on this topic, over 2 hours long, all of them. And then every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we still teach it again. Yeah. So guys, we got a no-fail zone here. We got free coaching, we got paid coaching, we got one-on-one coaching. So again, you guys get in where you fit in. But again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me something else other than you starting your own church, getting a microphone, and getting a congregation. Other than that, this is it.
Yeah.
Me and your pastor are no different. I'm doing ministry and so is he. Yeah. The only difference for me, I don't have to get up on a Sunday morning and get dressed up to go and speak to people per se. I do that all over the world. But this is a ministry. Yes, it's real estate. Yes, it's a business. But guess what this really is to the core? It's ministry because we're helping people. God was just genius enough to merge a way in it that we can also make money to feed our family. And that to me is true ministry, when I can serve people, serve my community, but also make enough money to feed my family. I don't want none of y'all to run a shelter. Guys, I was poor most of my life, most of it. And don't get me wrong, not poor as in eating out the trash, not poor as in sleeping outside, just not having enough. How many of you all want to live in the overflow?
Come on, sir.
That's what we're talking about. And not that there won't be difficult times, that comes. That's also biblical, that there's seasons for great times and terrible times.
You better preach.
And to be honest with you, we just came out of some terrible times, and most of y'all did too. The last year wasn't so great for us. I'm just one of the only honest coaches that'll tell you that. The year before wasn't so great. God being so good to us now, I can hardly stand it. And that's just a true testament for what's going on. But we've been in this so long, and we believe in this thing that's called it again, just very simple. Don't give up. Don't quit.
You can't.
And most importantly, Shade, I'm headed to you.
No,
don't procrastinate. Because procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do.
Absolutely.
And that's in our Forston Consultants dictionary. You won't find that in the Webster. In our dictionary that we have for us, procrastination means the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do, Kendra. Kendra said overflow for me. That's what I'm talking about,
Come
Kendra.
on, Kendra.
Overflow, not just that barely enough stuff.
Come on.
Make sense, everybody? Now I'm giving it back over to Shay. I got a little short acronym, but Shay, back on you.
So
I got a lot of stuff tonight.
Everything has asked, is there still room in Kissimmee? I want to share something with her personally, because today, if you follow my TikTok, Angela Denise Foundation, you'll see that I went and picked up a check from a hospital, Kissimmee-based hospital.
I worked there for 9 years. Yeah,
I went from a Kissimmee-based hospital that is literally, and this is not something that they normally do. They are housing individuals in Orlando because there aren't any beds available in Kissimmee. So they are allowing their residents to be somewhat out of county for them, but they still are servicing those clients. So I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of room in Kissimmee. What you'll see is that in this business, in this ministry, let's call it a ministry, a lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons, and their shelf life is very, very, very short. They do not sustain, right? Through the hard times, through any ups and downs, they don't sustain. And then they, you may hear of them having houses. You may know of people that have had houses in Kissimmee, but I can guarantee you, they last as long as they're a 1-year lease, right? If they see that it's not consistent in that 1 year, they're quick to give up. And this is not something that you get into to give up so quickly. It takes work, right?
Business, any business does. I don't care if you're frying chicken, selling cookies, or doing this. It's business.
Exactly.
Most people don't wake up out of bed on a Monday and are successful in business that first week.
They're not.
It takes a grind sometime to get it to where you need it to go.
100%. And Derek, what most people don't know, that a business does not reap a profit usually within the first 3 to 5 years. Within the first 3 to 5 years. And a lot of people are so in haste to get rich quick. Get it fast, lose it even faster, right? If you take your time, work out the kinks, make things better every day, and continue to grow and expand, that is where you will see success. And in this housing, like we went from one house to our max. How many houses did we have? 13, 15?
13.
13 that we oversaw on a day-to-day basis. You know how many beds that is? And these weren't all 3-2s, and these were 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom homes, all of these things, but it was a lot. So what we did is we replicated ourselves, and we coached people and extended and gave them houses to run. So it's not like we just threw in the towel. So no, What we did is we found a way to duplicate ourselves and give someone an opportunity that had the heart to do the same thing to do it. And thank God they're still functioning. They're still doing amazing, and they're growing and expanding. So again, I just wanted to share that about Kissimmee, Florida. There's a need for you.
All 50 states.
Plain and simple.
This works in all 50 states, and there's no such thing
Right.
as saturation in this.
It's
I don't
not.
care where you live at.
Yeah.
Homelessness is a problem.
A
and if
huge
all of
problem.
us get 55 houses tomorrow, it still won't be enough.
Still won't be enough.
Love that question, but I can answer that one quick.
It was
Forget about saturation, because again, homelessness is such a problem, guys, that it's just needed. And that's kind of the good thing for us in business.
Mm-hmm.
We got a product that's needed, not wanted. Most of us want chocolate chip cookies. We don't need it. We need water, H2O, vegetables, things to sustain our life. We just want a chocolate chip cookie. Guys, we need that H2O that Shay's drinking. That's the difference in what we're doing when it comes to housing. We're not selling alarm systems. Correct. We're not selling that fundraiser chocolate candy that your kids come home with and you got to go to your church to try to sell it. None of that. People need this. And what's so cool, the population that we serve, they get a guaranteed income, y'all, that pay for it. It's called SSI or SSDI.
And
okay?
Derek, they didn't just hear me. I just picked up an $800 check from an organization that is paying for a resident, right? And I was told today that they know that they're running a little bit behind the time frame, Derek, in regards to getting things established for this individual, that they're going to extend from the 3 months all the way out to max. So
absolutely,
they're going to extend that time frame. So
that's called a community funded program, where the client doesn't have to have the money to pay.
Doesn't have a dime.
They met certain criteria at the hospital to where the hospital said, "Hey, I'll pay you." And Shay, did they write that check in Shay Forston's name?
Absolutely not.
Talk about it then.
Absolutely not. I submitted a W-9. That check came in the name of the Angela Denise Foundation. That is how we get paid. They will never write a check to Shanye Shay Forston or Derek Forston. Don't even try it. Don't pass. No, it ain't gonna happen, right? So just make sure you know that, a lot of these organizations were hip to the people doing wrong, right? And now they're going away from that. They want to see people that are consistent, that are persistent, that are housing their residents regularly. I shared this conversation. I'm gonna share the conversation I had with a client I talked to last week. The conversation I had with this individual was about the consistency. A lot of times organizations like the healthcare organizations, the hospitals, the mental health hospitals, they're so used to seeing the revolving doors of housing providers that they will wait you out for 6 months before they send anybody to your house. I don't know if they heard me, Derek.
You got to break it down, maybe, Shay, because maybe that went over their head.
Some organizations will wait you out. They want to see how consistent you are, how persistent you are, and if you really are who you say you are before they even send a resident. There have been times where we've made connections with organizations and knowing full well they have a need, but they will go around us. They will go to some of our partners and then end up back to us because they have a need, but they want to see how long are we willing to be in this field before they send anyone to us, because they're used to the fly by nights, right? Oh, I'm gonna be available. I can answer the phone whenever, or the organizations that are here today, gone tomorrow. They are used to seeing that. Like I said earlier, to everything is the fact that most people in this space are not willing to do what it takes to maintain and stay in this space for the long haul. And that is why organizations are getting hip to that. And they're looking for the organizations or the other ILF or shared housing providers that are going to stay the course. And that is who they will partner with. So I just wanted to share that to everybody, because it takes a lot of work. It takes nurturing relationships. It takes cultivating new relationships and being the best you and providing the best service to those that you serve. Back to you.
Good stuff. I love it. Love it. Love the perspective.
Oh, nice.
Love the perspective. So big shout out to Rochelle, who said that today she actually chose her business name, and she also purchased the DIY. So
Congratulations.
big shout out to you. That's our DIY coaching. We got 2 forms, well, actually 3 forms of coaching. The first way is free, the one you're hearing now. The second way is our DIY do-it-yourself version, only $497. Doing this week up until tomorrow, you can add a 25% discount due to Co-Founders Week. So for us, this is Co-Founders Week. Even though you see Shay and I here tonight teaching this and giving the game away, my brother and I started this over 12 years ago, right? But my brother transitioned over about a year ago, a year and some change. He got his wings and he left us here on earth, y'all, to go upstairs, right? My brother passed away. So Shay and I continued to carry that torch. So for all of you new people that see me and Shay, I always tell people, don't get it twisted. Shay and I always did it together. But Shay was always in the background. My brother and I was always the one on stage, traveling, speaking. But now it's Shay and I. So this week, his birthday was actually this past Saturday, April 5th. So every April is Co-Founders Week for us. So Otis is still blessing y'all, even though he ain't here. So both of our coaching packages are 25% off. A lot of y'all purchased it during the weekend. Thank y'all so much. A big shout out to you guys and your family. Rochelle was in that number. So Rochelle decided to get that DIY. And as I tell people, you will choose the coaching package according to your coaching style. So if you somebody say, well, Derek, I don't need you to hold my hand, bro. Just build my website like you promised. Give me all that paperwork, all your curriculum, all the ebooks, all your coaching, and I can do it at my own pace, Derek. That's $497. And with this sale, I think it's like $372.75. Something like that.
I had it on paper.
The one-on-one coach, you said, Derek, I don't want to make no mistakes. I want you to hold my hand, bro. I want your personal phone number, Derek. I want all your paperwork, all your ebooks, all your coaching. And Derek, I want to be able to call you from Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 10 times a day if I need to. That's the one-on-one coaching. That one is $4,997. Our one-on-one coaching, guys, is usually $7,500, right? But for the whole year of 2025, we knocked it down to $4,997. I take care of the tax. So again, for $4,997, we build your website. Your CRM system is on us. Your business phone line. $8,000 worth of paperwork. That lawsuit I went through that I be showing y'all, that cost me $40,000 to go through that lawsuit. That lawyer charged me $8,000 to build the paperwork. I give y'all the same paperwork that I paid $8,000 for. Both packages get that. Make sense? The virtual assistant, because Shay and I own the virtual assisting staffing agency in the Philippines, we give you a VA complimentary. You just got to pay the VA. But to vet, to train, and endorse the VA, that $797 it usually costs, I waive it and give it to you. So our coaching is unbeatable. You got the experience from us. I used to be the social worker, so I know that side. And now I'm on the housing side of it. And I left my job in 2018-ish to do this full time. So nobody does this the way that we do. And just really quickly, because you guys were asking about this, and I'm gonna give it back over to Shay.
Take your time.
The populations that we serve, mostly 18 years and older. And we coach you that let the community dictate the need.
What does that mean, Derek?
What if you say, well, Shay, I want to house military veterans, Shay, and that's it. But what if the first 16 calls you get are from middle-aged women with jobs? Do you just say, hey, I'm sorry, we don't house you? No, we don't say that.
Because then guess what happens? The phone stops ringing. And now you've not nurtured a relationship. You haven't nurtured that relationship. You've showed them that you're not a feasible asset for them, right? You don't provide what they need. They're telling you what your community needs, and you're saying, nah, can't help that, don't want to help that. So that's where you end up losing in that. And that's where that inconsistency comes from, everything. That's why we're seeing so much turnover in ILF providers or housing providers in your area because of that. And we've got firsthand knowledge of that because we just told you, we've got locations in Kissimmee. We're full. And because they are so pleased with the services we provide, guess what they're doing? They're saying, we'll send our residents to Orlando. So again, you've got to be consistent. Go ahead, Derek. Go back on it. Sorry, I jumped you. I got you.
No worries.
Yes, I just want to keep reminding people the need, the importance, the ability to get in this space and truly do well. If you have a heart to serve, if you are willing to deal with people personalities, right? Because that can be another thing. We are dealing with people, and people that are holding on by a thread. Prime example, I have a young lady that we took in 2 weeks ago. This is the same young lady that they just sent me a check for, gave me a check for. And her state, when she moved in, was a lot. She was living like she was on the verge. She was so fragile, Derek, that she text messaged her case manager for the 24 hours that she was at the house before she was unable to see me. She was so worried. She was so concerned. She was so afraid. And this was her mental health background, her diagnosis. This was a new space. This was a new venture for her. So now guess what? Guess what I do? I go in, put her at ease. We sit down and we talk. She gets the feel of the house. The women in the house that are there with her are really showing her the love of God by being there with her. They've created community. They've created family now. When the case manager came today, she says, wow, such and such looks so much brighter. She looks so much more invigorated to take on task. And I said, yeah. I said, being in the house with this bunch of ladies will do that. She's learning how to cook, and I'm not teaching her how to cook. She knows how to make a few things, but these women get together, they cook. One of the ladies, Derek, said that I had took some potatoes over there, and they said because I had took so much potatoes, I forced them into making zuppa toscana soup, right? And it was because of me bringing the potatoes. She didn't know how to use a potato peeler. So they showed her how to use a potato peeler. They showed her how to cut, like one part. She was peeling the potatoes. Somebody else was in charge of cutting the potatoes. The other person started cooking. It was just beautiful. And this is what happens when you nurture a specific atmosphere in your ILFs. People become family. So I just want to share that because these are the reports that case managers want to have. They don't want to hear reports of the lady that's got people sleeping on the floor in bed bugs, rats, and roaches. No, that is not what they want. Like, Derek, that's not what they want. Like, case managers are usually so thrilled when they realize, she called her case manager and said, I can't go anywhere because Miss Shea has an electrician coming to the house today to check on something that I called her about, and I told her I was a little concerned. The case manager's like, wait, you called a whole electrician in to check on this one concern that she had? Absolutely. It's electricity. Why would I not be concerned about that? Right? So those are the things that case managers are. When you see case managers in shock and awe because of that, that means you are doing this the right way. And it's showing you what people are not doing.
Like, Derek, you got a washer and dryer in here too?
That part.
Yeah.
Derek.
How about people go wash their clothes and dry their clothing?
Listen.
Well, Derek, I've seen people get, make them go to the wash house. Now, I don't know what y'all call it where y'all live, but I used to call them wash house or the laundromat. Yeah. No, we want to make this thing convenient as second chance.
Yeah. Can I tell you
I don't want people to go and finding quarters and trying to figure out, no. Washer and dryer in the house.
Because the likelihood of them going to do it, Derek, if they don't have access to the
they're not going to do it, Shay.
And then
which makes my house stink
clothes,
unsanitary. Can't have that. Can't live here like that.
Preach, sir. You're preaching good, sir. But yeah, those are the things that matter, right? And when case managers see that you put in the extra effort and time to make sure those things are available, like prime example, I house women. I got a few new ladies in, and every so often, Derek, guess what I take over there? Well, cleaning supplies is a given, but I'll go and drop off toilet paper. Clean butts, clean bathrooms. Clean butts, y'all.
Is that your responsibility, though, Shay? Talk about that.
It's not my
responsibility. So why do you do it? Somebody's thinking, well, why do you do it if you don't have to, Shay?
Can I tell you something? If my organization gets a grant, or if I find, like, there's times that it don't even have to be grant driven. Sometimes I just want to show my appreciation to the ladies in general. When they're able to live peaceably and not bother me, why not bless them with something that I know they can use and that doesn't have to come out of their finances, their limited finances at that? If I can supply a need to alleviate them having to rub nickels together to get toilet paper, why can't I provide that? Like my ladies don't even know it, but they got a catered dinner coming up soon. And that's just because that's a thank you. That is we appreciate you. We love you. I'm going to come and sit down and have dinner with y'all. And I'm going to eat too. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to kick my shoes off and sit on the couch. And
Shay, LaShonda says, can they have unlimited washing? How do you maintain that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't limit nothing. Now, at one point, I did have a young lady that was working. Her job only gave her, I think it was like 2. She was working for McDonald's, and I think they only gave her 2 shirts. And she was working a lot. She was actually working during COVID. Remember that, Derek?
Yep.
She was working during COVID, and it started to get. She was working like anytime they gave her a shift, she was on it. So she was working every day, 5 times a day if they needed her. And it became a little bit of an issue because she had to wash her stuff so frequently to where, we partnered and said, hey, well, what can we do? Will they sell you shirts? So that way you're not constantly washing, waking people up because you're getting in at midnight, so forth and so on. And, having to wash your stuff for the next day. So Angela Denise Foundation did what we do best. We purchased her extra shirts, right? And there went that issue. But for the most part, especially, we've had to in the past put up a laundry day list to show people, it's so many of y'all. Yeah. You got one person.
Now, LaShonda, like Shay is going. If it get out of hand, LaShonda, that's when we put a little,
right.
All right, now y'all.
Correct.
But in the beginning, it's not a problem to me until it becomes a problem.
Right. Yeah.
Let me say that again. It's not a problem to me until it becomes a problem.
And usually it's not.
So I agree with Shay. Like, I'm not going to limit that, man. Y'all wash our heart out. But if I notice one more, like, Lord have mercy, y'all, like, why the bill so high?
Exactly.
But remember, for me, guys, clean laundry means a clean house. Mm-hmm. And I don't want a stinking house, because a house full of guys that stink don't smell so good.
Girl,
a house full of women that stink don't smell so good. Can somebody say amen?
Amen.
So again, I'm not going to limit the thing that keeps everything clean and sanitary and smelling good. Sometimes Shay have so many of them Glade candles in the wall, it'll knock you down. Right out the house. When you walk into, you be like, whoa, Shay, turn it down in here. But we want it smelling good, because where I came from, I saw social workers that would tuck their socks, their pants inside of their socks, wouldn't sit on the furniture.
Yes, sir.
Social workers come to my place
and they get comfortable
and sit back and relax. My tenants offer them coffee.
They take it.
When I was a social worker, you never saw that stuff because it was just so nasty. Mm-hmm. So again, back on you, Shay.
No, that is just something that we take pride in, right? Being able to provide not just a safe living space for our residents, but being able to provide a safe workspace for the case managers and social workers. Case managers, social workers, Derek was one. The job is hard. They don't pay well. A lot of times they're not in the best of areas to provide the services that these individuals really need. So why not give them a safe space outside of the office to be able to work, right? Like prime example, tomorrow evening, Derek, tomorrow afternoon, I have to go over to my lady's house, and I ordered something because I noticed something that I didn't like in one of the bathrooms. And I'm like, you know what? I know what the issue is. The 2 ladies in that restroom cannot get down on it's a big, huge stand-up shower. And there was a younger woman in that room before, and she was the one that was in charge of cleaning in the shower. And she would get down with the little brush on her hands and knees, and she'd be scrubbing. So guess what I did? I purchased something to where nobody has to bend down. I got them a brush with a handle that they could just, go to town. So it's just making sure you set up things. You make it convenient for all parties, case manager, social worker, tenants. Make it convenient. And you'll see how much they appreciate that and end up taking so much better care of the property than you would ever, or and each other, than you would ever imagine. So, all right, that's back on you, D.
I want to answer a question from Miss LaShonda. She says, do you guys, let me see if she's the one that said about the food. Was that LaShonda? Oh, no. LaShonda asked one of my favorite questions. How long can they stay? Forever. As long as you pay the rent, you don't destroy property.
Yeah.
You pay the rent on time. You don't destroy property. You follow all rules and you pay your rent on time. You can stay in my place as long as you like, sis. There is no time frame. There are certain programs that you will join. So, well, you could be for 6 months. Or you can be here for a year. Man, I got guys that are still with me today when I opened my doors 8 years ago. Some of the people, LaShonda, that you're going to meet, sis, there is no plan B for them. You are the plan A, B, C, and D. So the way I said it, sis, they can stay as long as they like, as long as they follow the rules, which means don't destroy property, pay rent on time, all the time, and early if you got the ability. Don't destroy property. Don't fight me or my tenants or any third-party person that comes in. Don't destroy property. Exactly. Again, follow the rules, because my rules are 1 through 10, y'all. And watch me give them to you without going 1 through 10. Pay rent on time. Notice how I'm crazy about that rent, y'all, because I'm offering a clean, affordable living space. My job is to offer that. And if I do, I just want my rent every month. That's an agreement, y'all. You need housing. I want to collect rent. What a relationship. So my 10 rules sound like this, and they're not number 1 through 10. But listen, pay rent on time, all the time, and early if you have the ability.
That part. Take
your medications every day so that you stay mentally stable. Don't destroy property. Don't fight me. Don't fight your roommate or no third-party person that comes here. Yeah. Again, pay your rent on time. And LaShonda, you can stay at my place as long as you want to. My running joke is 18 and up to 118. If you turn 119 in my place, LaShonda, I got to send you somewhere else. but LaShonda, can you feel where I'm going, though? LaShonda, I don't want my people to leave. I'm a real estate investor. Watch this. We make money by housing people, not by kicking people out. So I want my people to stay as long as they want to. Does that make sense, everybody? And then let me sit in the chat.
Absolutely.
LaShonda, if I answered your question, let me know. The next question was, how do I get started? Tonight, she said.
I said tonight.
The first step, I want to know how I get started. Tonight, right, tonight. Mm-hmm. She mean like right now. The first step is watching our webinar. And that's either at forstonconsultants.com, or you can just text the phrase more info. So if you text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086, just the phrase more info, that'll get you started. That's the first step. And for all of you all that want to do this, but you don't have a house, you can't rent one or lease one right now, but God has put it on your heart to do it, we'll teach you how to become an HRA, a housing referral agent. And you can text HRA to the same number. It's only 14 minutes long. It'll show you how to make money, make an impact and an income without needing the real estate. Just text HRA to 407-326-0086. Also text the phrase more info. That will give you actually both webinars.
Right.
I just separated for people say, well, Derek, I want to do this, bro, but I can't buy no house or rent one. But Derek, I want to make money and help people. You text HRA. I'll show you in 14 minutes on that free webinar of how you can use your cell phone and an internet connection to do this and make money. Make sense, everybody? So really quickly, we haven't took not even one commercial break tonight. I got to do that real quick and pay some bills, but we'll be right back, right? So I want you guys to get a word from David and Dennis. These are my two knucklehead brothers. David is a knucklehead. Dennis is a little sharp. Dennis is smart. He's sharp. He's on top of it. But I want them to bless y'all real quick, and we'll be right back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And thank y'all so much for joining the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. Thank you all for just joining us again, because y'all got a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but y'all chose to be here, and I appreciate that. Also, big shout out to our super consistent people that are always here.
Yes.
Shout out to the people that found us last week on TikTok, and for about 30 of y'all that found me today, literally 10 minutes before we came on. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Let me know in the chat if I kept my promise. Because I told my TikTok people, I said, if y'all come over here, I can show you a lot of more footage and go deeper. Tell me if I'm a liar. Now, if I'm a liar, call me that in the chat. But if I've showed you way more than what you saw on TikTok, just let me know in the chat. Okay? Because again, I'm showing you right now on screen how most people can meet us today. In 6 to 9 months, you can walk off of your job. Can you imagine that? Can 5 of y'all type in the chat right now? Derek, I can imagine that, bro. Because I tell people that's where it starts at. You talk about leaving your job, you got to imagine it first. And what is the tool that you're going to use to do it? This is it. Guys, I done tried a lot of stuff in my life. Shay and I own 8 businesses. I done tried everything. Yeah. But this is the only business I've ever got into where I do God's will. I help people. My community think I'm a hero for doing it. And guys, I'm making enough money to feed my family. Yeah, that's what's cool about this business. Really slowly again, because I know I talk fast. Please, God, help people be respected by the community, but also make enough money to feed your family. Is anybody else in here like that, or is it only me? In terms of what you see on this screen, this isn't rocket science, y'all. Most of this stuff is gently used. It ain't even brand new. And if you stalking me and follow me on my Facebook page, how I'm telling y'all to, you will see that hotels are giving us this stuff. Yeah. Does that make sense? And did you learn anything from David and Dennis? I forgot to ask you that. If you appreciate David and Dennis, let me know in the chat. Those guys are knuckleheads, but I love them both. But does this make sense how the only thing brand new in this picture is the comforter, the pillowcase, and the sheet set? Everything else is gently used. That headboard, the lamp, the armoire thing, the headboard, the bed rails, the mattress, all gently used because we post so much on social media. So for the Taylor family, you said, well, Derek, how do we get the word out? Running my big mouth the same way you're hearing right now on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And it sounds like this. Are you a social worker or a case manager looking for clean, affordable housing for your clients the day of discharge? Give us a call. This is exactly what we do. Shay, was that okay? Shay, we've been saying that for 8 years. I'm like a preacher, y'all, that got the same sermon every time he go to church. I'm a boring preacher, y'all. I mastered one thing in life that started 7 other businesses. Yeah. But I'll admit, I'm boring. When it comes to business, I do this. I do this and I teach it. Yeah. And I got the same message. So when you join me next week, it's the same message. You join me tomorrow, it's the same message. We take people from homeless to hopeful in real estate in a shared environment. We use the love of God in social services, not rocket science. I don't have to own the property. And my funnel system are these social workers and case managers. And for the Ramont family, there's 3 models in this one model. The one model is a private room. He got his own room, no roommate, but he still shared the hallway bathroom. Correct. The private suite got his own room, no roommate, but he got his own bathroom. This is actually a bathroom at Shay's facility. Shay, if I'm lying, call me a liar.
That's the shower.
Shay, is that not your bathroom?
That's the shower that I was just telling
you
about.
In your left?
Yeah. That's the shower that I'm going to go help them clean.
Guys, can you imagine housing people that lived on the street and stuff nice like this? Lord have mercy. When you do unto the least of these, Shay, the Bible said.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's why we're blessed, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to show a picture tonight. I'm going to show a picture of what I walked into, and I actually was able to show the case manager. I sent it to the case manager, and her eyes welled up with tears because that same fragile young lady was in there, and at the end of that prayer, she was, there. I'm gonna show that picture, but go ahead, keep going, and I'm gonna show that picture.
No, I'm actually done. You can hop in because I got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go into the chat right now. I want to answer some questions because LaShawna says she can imagine it. Cynthia said that she can imagine, and Cynthia admitted she's the only one, Shay, that said I show way more than I did on TikTok. I just wanted one person to say it. Now, Kendra said I feel better about it. Oh, but goodness. Shay, everybody was like, "Wow, Derek, like, why you only show one picture on TikTok?" Because I can't. But that's why I drive y'all here that I can talk more, deeper, and I can show you more footage, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm some genius. But watch this. I don't care where you live at. Most of y'all can't show me a 3-bed, 2-bath that's more than $4,000 a month. Look at the math on this, y'all. Most people under my coaching, the way I teach it, your first 2 to 3 clients gonna cover all your bills. Client 4, 5, 6, 7, however many rooms you got, that's gonna be your profit. Can you imagine at $700? And watch this, no matter where you live at, the prices can be different. Kendra, put in the chat where you live at. Miss Chong, put in the chat where you live. LaShonda Miles and Cynthia and Jacqueline, put in the chat where y'all live at, because I'm going to show you how where you guys live at is different. I'm in Orlando. Everybody put in the chat right now where you're located. Let's be active. Because where I'm located, Jacqueline, your price may be different from mine, because maybe you're in California. I don't know yet. LaShonda's in Houston. So LaShonda going to be a lot like me. So is Kendra. Kendra, you and LaShonda should probably merge together. Y'all in the same area. A lot of people take our coaching and they meet right here on TikTok or YouTube and they join together. Should you ever end my live, or that's still going?
No, I ended it.
A lot of people in the last week. Who is that from Oregon? I don't think I have anybody in Oregon.
Ooh,
I'm gonna have to check that. I do have a lady. I think I can see her face right now. She's a bright skinned lady. I think she's in Oregon, but so far, Oregon is probably the only place that I've seen so far that I might not be in. Our coaching is in 38 states, y'all. Viv is in Bridgeport. Okay? Every place that y'all just named, like Neonta, good to see you, sis. Neonta's in, watch this, y'all. Neonta's in down South Miami. Neonta, tell them, okay, perfect. Miami Gardens. Watch this, y'all. Neonta's got a price point just like us, but it's not the same price. But watch this. Neonta got a program where she live at that pay $1,100 per bed for military veterans. So that's what I mean when I told y'all 30 minutes ago, sometimes when Shay and I are serving people, they don't have the money, but the community funded program does. Right. The community funded grant does. Neonta, under our coaching, because she's just so smart and she moved at the speed of instruction, she took my coaching but found the program on her own. I didn't find that program for Neonta, because if I said I did, I'd be a liar. Exactly. She took my coaching and just went and found multiple places. But what I love to brag on is the one that paid $1,100 a bed. Listen. I couldn't even imagine that in Orlando, Florida. Listen, and neither can you in Carolina or Baltimore or Atlanta or Georgia. It's just different everywhere you go and dependent on the program. Correct. Because watch this. The guys that Neonta's serving, they can't afford her beds. But because they're coming from that program, if Neonta's asking for $1,100, the program paying $900 of it. God, this is beautiful. Because now it allows Neonta to serve people that otherwise would be on the street without her housing and without that hospital's grant. That's why you need partners, partnership, and merging with other people that are looking for what you offer. Here's another example. $700 times those 8 people now. I dare you to show me a 4-bed, 2-bath that's $5,000, unless you live in New York, California, Jersey, or maybe Connecticut. I jokingly tell people I'm not fans of any of those places when it comes to real estate. I love to visit, travel, all of that. But when it comes to landlord-friendly states, I'll just admit, even though I got coaching students in all of these places, because it works anywhere, I'm just honest enough to tell you that sometimes the prices are a little higher in New York, upstate, California, Los Angeles, Oregon, right? Connecticut. But Carla, you in Ohio, forget about it. Your price is going to be lower than mine. Georgia, Covington, lower than mine. We share our own property in Warner Robins and Macon, Georgia. We love that whole area. Valdosta, love that stuff. Atlanta, that's probably where we're going to be speaking at next. A lot of calls coming from the Atlanta area. LaShonda, no meals whatsoever because our people are independent. And because you're new to me, sis, watch me give you one of my famous and favorite quotes that I always say. Our people are so independent, they cook their own bologna sandwich. They take their own medications. and they provide their own transportation without the need for me to
Correct.
pretend to be a nurse. Those are the 3 reasons that we can do what we do and not need a license. I don't feed people. Watch this. Neonta's a nurse. I didn't even tell you that. The young lady that just was on screen, Neonta is an overnight emergency room nurse.
Sure is.
That's an important nurse. Now, all y'all are important, but that emergency room, that's a different beast.
Especially on
you don't even got to tell me, especially in Miami. Come on now.
At night shift. Woo.
Night shift, Neonta, God bless you, sis. You and your husband, Romeo. You guys are great people with great hearts, and they're military veterans.
Come on now.
See how their makeup is made for this? Some of y'all got a skill set, or you've been through things in life that just make you perfect for this. But Shonda, because my guy can cook his own bologna sandwich, why would I do that? Because if you follow me on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, I shoot videos of my clients cooking their own breakfast all the time. Please go and follow me on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Follow Shay at the Angela Denise Foundation for her nonprofit.
Yep.
We video this stuff. Shay take y'all on the day-to-day on these ride-alongs. So if y'all ain't following Shay on social media, you missing free training. Guys, 3 days a week, mandatory, we teaching it. Yeah. And then our videos outside of that. Then if you get the coaching, that's a home run now.
That's it.
Back on you, Miss Shay.
So I want to get to this question, everything. I know exactly where this question came up. So they were asking, so would the providers, case managers, allow these clients to go without housing to vet us? No.
That's other people. There are other choices too. Right. Now you ain't the only choice.
End up doing is they'll do exactly what they're doing now, right? Because I'm sure there's somebody in Kissimmee that's been saying, hey, me. But guess what they did instead? They allocated that person housing in Orlando. So it's other people that they'll partner with, and they'll go around you and go to other counties, but they will find the appropriate placement for their client before they say yes to someone that they haven't vetted. Right. So that's honestly, in this day and age, that is something I commend a case manager for. They're not in such a haste to get a client in a bed, even though they are, but they will do what they need to do to make sure that they're sending that person to the right place. So I commend all case managers, all social workers that do that to help this population get housed. So I'm doing
good stuff. We have people in Massachusetts, everywhere, guys. Like I'm telling you, we're in 38 states. So I think only one person named Oregon. And I'm trying to remember. I got her name. It's A. Fox. I think Miss Fox is from Oregon, actually. So still, guys, y'all haven't named a place yet.
We do have somebody in Mass.
I'm sorry, Shay.
We do have somebody in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Listen, Miss Rochelle said, I'm taking advantage of the course as I just invested in the DIY. She said I am ready. Absolutely. So I'm just going through some of the questions, Derek. So what if you come across someone with no income? How do you help them? Resources.
Give them resources.
We provide them with resources.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
So I was going to say, unfortunately, we can't help that person. Remember, I don't teach you guys to run a shelter. I want y'all to make money for the great work that you're doing in the community. Correct. But what I also teach you is that if you get somebody that has no income, a part of my coaching is having you build a list of 5 to 7 places of where you can send people. Because watch this, my assistant, because I don't answer my phones, right? My assistant gets 50 phone calls a day.
Plus
40 of those calls are not even for what we do. Women and children, pregnant women, complete families. Yeah. What does Jess do? She don't just say, well, we don't help you because we run ILS. Bye. She don't do that. Ma'am, I would love to help you, but our independent living facility model may not be appropriate for you and your children, but I have 3 resources I want to give you. So we never hang out with anybody without giving a resource or without being a resource.
Exactly.
Great question.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, unfortunately, if they don't have the money to live in our places, we got to give them a resource or to the local shelter. Yeah. Right. Or just other resources in the city that may can help.
So like prime example for me, I got a lot of phone calls for the single parent and their children. You know, I can't house them, right? My houses are not suitable for the dad with a 5-year-old or the mom with a newborn. I can't do that. That would be such a huge liability for my housing program. But I've made other relationships by going to other community events, like we have one this weekend, Derek. where we will
This
be,
Saturday.
we have a community event where we're going to be introducing our housing model to a whole bunch of people in the Orlando area that may not even know what we do, or know it's available, right? But we meet other individuals in that space. It may be someone that specializes, someone that owns a hotel that says, hey, well, I'm willing to allocate X amount of rooms at my motel for women and children, or, and that's, or the single parent and their children. But that's how you find those resources, by getting out amongst those that service and provide, resources and services to this population. So that's how we make that happen.
Good stuff. Next question that was on the screen. You just moved it, I think.
I missed it.
Yeah, you just moved it.
Oh, and I can't.
Well,
even
I can
find
answer that one. Can we lease the home in the business? Yes, that's the recommended way. Do not lease that home in LaShonda Miles' name.
Please don't.
That cost me a $40,000 lawsuit. So a part of my coaching, guys, is to make sure that y'all don't make the same dumb mistakes I did. And I'm hard on myself, right? So I say dumb. But guys, it was ignorance. I just didn't know. Y'all don't have the excuse now because I'm your new big brother. But dummy me, guys, I got the lawsuit and the Channel 8 News clip to prove it, to show you. Yeah. One of my mistakes, Miss Miles, that I try to do this in Derek's name, just me, Derek. You need an entity where whether you get an LLC, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, I don't care. But get something that protects you, and you absolutely need a general liability policy. So again, a big mistake for me, guys, was not having a general liability policy. And again, for me, that was a $40,000 lawsuit. So notice with me, guys, 40 is a crazy number. I saw a lady make 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches. And I went through a $40,000 lawsuit to be able to teach y'all how to do this the right way. Can we
tell them that we not only went through one lawsuit, but two?
Oh, yeah. I just always highlight that one for sure.
Simultaneously, we went through two lawsuits together. So can you imagine what that looked like? But ultimately, God was in total control. We ended up victorious on both ends. And we're just super grateful that God, saw us through. And that was just an opportunity for growth, right? That was a learning lesson, how to reposition certain things, how to make sure things were done appropriately, right? So sometimes when you see those things that we think or consider stumbling blocks, it may just be God saying, hey, let's redirect. Yeah. I want to put this hurdle in front of you because I need you to come up a little higher. I need you to, implement things that can cause this to never happen again, or make it difficult for it to happen again. So we don't curse our crisis. We literally just honestly learn from them and keep it moving.
Good stuff.
Miss Adrian says, how do I get my website started?
I answered that one in the chat already.
And I'm actually,
I'll just answer it again, even out loud, because there's a lot of people that did get it.
Yeah.
So you can either do two ways. You can respond, and I put this in the chat. Respond to info@digitalflowsolutions.net, or simply responding to the email they sent you. Because I guarantee you got an email asking about you getting started, and them sending you the link email about the color wheel and all of that stuff. So I think it's a link straight to a text or email.
It's through text.
Okay.
And I just looked. I do not see that you filled out a form yet. So I have another screen over here, and I'm looking. So if anybody has any questions, I can just go in the system and see. So I do not see that in the system.
Yep, and she responded earlier that she said she got it and she'll be jumping on that.
So
tomorrow.
Just jump right on that. And then our team, they work in first come, first serve. So, they're filtering through and getting websites. They're turning and burning, y'all. So just know that, the team will be contacting you as soon as they
Also, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Master Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin to kind of maybe wrap up here in just a little bit, make sure you guys put all your questions in the chat. Shay, I think, saved a bunch of questions that were already in the chat, and she's going to start firing them off at me.
You got it.
But I also just, again, want to make sure that you guys are, let me pull this other screen back up. How do I do that? Let's see.
Do what?
Okay, got it.
That was
how long does your resident usually live? I think I answered that one already. Forever, as long as they can just follow rules.
I want to share the reason why I put it back up is because I want to share with them my history with residents. Most of my residents are long-term residents. I've had some turnover. I've had significant turnover in this process, but I've had maybe 4 consistently long-term clients. One that has been with me since day one, that has is still with me. The second one that has been with me, like, I think I still have her assessment, Derek. She came to me during COVID, May of 2020, and she has been with me until last month. She has moved out to get her own place, and she's doing well. We keep in contact. She texts me more now than when she lived in the house, just so you know. But you get a lot of it depends on the person's positioning in life and what's going on. And I'll be honest, I've had more long-term stays than I have short-term. So it just depends on the individual.
And now I think I understand the question more. I think they asked it the other way earlier. I think they're trying to get a range. So with me, it's like 6 months to a year.
And with me,
but I got so many people, though, again, that I got guys that are with me today that have been with me from day one, from I open my doors.
Yeah.
Right. So it just all depends on what the goal of the person is. Because watch this, sis. Some people are only going to use you as a stepping stone to where they're trying to go.
Correct.
And I'm okay with that. Some guys, and that's why we ask in the beginning, hey, sir, I don't have no time frame on my program, but how long you plan on staying here? Like, I want to know that. If it's 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years, share with me your plan so that I know how to move and groove in my own program. Make sense?
You know what's fun? Derek has one resident. Well, no, you have two males they'll come for a month and then they'll leave. They'll go AWOL for like 3. And then they come right back. And
one guy, I kick him out every 6 months. Like right now, he on the verge of it right now.
Yeah.
Right. So I got funny. One guy that I can think of, probably more, but just one guy. I talk to y'all about him all the time. He on my video on TikTok in that private community.
Yeah.
But I've kicked him out probably 4 times over the last 8 years I've been doing this.
Yes. So, and you'll see it like you
and it just come back around.
Yeah.
They'll straighten up. He'll do good for 8 months, and I put him out again.
You gotta go.
Gotta follow my rules, because if you don't, you gotta go. But if you do, you always got a place to come back to.
Yeah.
And he's always welcome until he run out of his luck. Right? So again, and I'll admit, this time he's been with me probably a little over a year now. So he's past his usual.
Yeah.
But he on the verge of it. And I tell him, I say, hey, bro, you about to be, kind of how we do our thing but if you tighten up, you can stay here until you're 119 years old. I tell all my guys that you can stay until you're 119 years old if you follow these rules. But if you don't, my program,
say it again,
not Derek, but my program gonna get you out of here. And that's how we talk to them.
Yep. But so I wanted to just share that because I think a lot of people have the misconception of, they come for a couple of days and then they're gone. You have those incidences, but you're going to see a few months more than you will see a few days. Honestly, I think Derek's fastest turnover was a couple of hours.
Yeah, I housed the guy one shot for like 15 minutes for $900.
Yeah. And he just told Derek, listen, bro, Derek bought him groceries. Derek did all sorts of stuff for this gentleman. And he told Derek, he was like, listen, I don't even know what to do with this.
Yeah. And trust me, guys, like what Shay is saying, like she's giving you surface level. Like I can take an hour to explain that story. Yeah. But essentially, this guy was institutionalized. In a different way, not talking about jail, but just living on the street for so long. He couldn't fathom eating food that came from Publix or Walmart or from the store.
Yeah.
He's been eating out the trash for so long. He couldn't fathom me giving him brand new food from Publix. That blew his mind.
He pretty much told Derek,
it blew his mind also to sleep in a bed, because when you've been sleeping on concrete for so long, that bed feels a little foreign to you if your mindset ain't right. So I housed the guy one shower for 15 minutes, I think. Might have been 20.
Because I know you went.
Because by the time I dropped him off, I got to the light and another stop sign. He's like, hey, Derek. And he's like, bro, I can't live here. I was like, why? He said, Derek, I've been on the street my whole life.
Like, I can't see the sky.
I can't.
He's like, I can't. He's like, I can see the roof, but
that food you gave me, bro, like I can't eat that. Like I eat out of the garbage can, Derek. I don't know what it means to open up a pack of fresh meat. And guys, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
But think about that. We're all blessed today because none of y'all would think like that. If y'all step on concrete for 5 minutes and I gave you a bed, you'll be appreciative. This guy didn't even know how to handle that.
He said no.
So the program that paid me, I said, hey, bro, these people pay for you to be here. It behooves you to stay here for 29 days at least, and you can go wherever you want to because you're paid for it, and I give no refunds.
The
guy was like, Derek, whatever, bro, I'm gone. You can tell them people whatever you want to, but I'm gone, bro. Y'all, I was paid $900 for less than 15 minutes, and he never slept in the bed. So that's my shortest time. And my longest time is the guy that's with me today, Mr. Lewis. I got pictures with him. From the day I opened my doors. And watch this. I kicked Lewis out 3 years ago. Just brought it back. But Lewis been with me from day one. Kicked him out once. He went somewhere else. He just came back about a couple months ago.
Yeah. And thriving. Doing well.
Thriving, doing well.
Yeah.
Because we take people from homeless to what? Hopeful. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, she got some more. Am I done?
No, we got 4 more after this.
Do y'all do monthly inspections? Yeah, probably even more than that at times. In the beginning, when you scared and afraid and don't know what you're doing, you're going to probably go every day. But I'll admit, this thing is built for you to start it, get it running, get it up and moving. These people are independent. Go start another business now.
Yeah.
Why you think Shay and I own 8 businesses?
Yeah.
Not because we so great. Because the goodness of God and what this one business does.
For real.
Because these people are independent, which means they cook their own bologna sandwich. They take their own medications and they provide their own transportation.
Yeah.
So monthly inspections are recommended. But I'll admit, when you first start, you're going to probably go every 2 weeks. So twice a month. Because when you know you got a good house of people, what is you still going for?
Can I tell you something?
Watch this. Hold it, Shay. My furthest I left from me, y'all, is about 55 minutes in traffic. I hardly ever go there because it runs itself. They don't need me. They cook their own food. They take their own meds. They don't kill each other, and they don't destroy property.
And when we go,
they're like family.
And when we go there, it's like we just go to hang out.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like my older brother used to work for Derek, and the guys a barbecue, and they be like, we're calling Donnell to come hang out and have a barbecue. Like my older brother goes and hangs out and just chills with these individuals. My ladies, I'm gonna answer the same question. I do monthly inspections, but honestly, I'm there so often because it's not far. You know, one of my locations is really close to where I'm at. The other one, like Derek said, runs itself. So I'm not needed there at all, like literally, because my populations have changed significantly. One of my locations is strictly all working women. I don't have to go there. I will pop up just to see if they need anything and check on, make sure like the AC filters have been changed and stuff like that. But my closest facility is the one that I'm at lately a lot more frequently. And it's only because I'm going to hang out, like to be nosy, to see what they're up to kind of, or get a work order placed for them, or, just talk to them, just see how they're doing. Right. Because that particular location, I had I have 4 move-ins in less than a month. They all moved in within 2 weeks of each other. Yep. So I'm going to just feel the vibe. I'm going to see how everybody's acclimated.
Feel the vibe.
So I go to see how everybody's acclimated and how they're getting along. So that's why I'm there. This house is actually full to capacity. And that is not something that I normally do. Derek will tell you. But I'm going to just see how everything's going. Yeah, I'm full. Yeah. So I'm going to just see what's going on, how they're getting along together and all that good stuff. So that's why I'm there frequently.
Good stuff. Somebody says, do we have a private community? We do
do.
actually. So there's there's a lot of communities that we have now. A lot of them are tied to our paid coaching, but we got a free Facebook group, guys, and it's called The ILF Academy. If 5 of y'all can type that in the chat. And again, I made one a long time ago, y'all, that's not the real group, and there's no picture. So if you see The ILF Academy with that guy holding that sign that says, I need housing, that's the right one. So join the free Facebook group, Miss Darlene.
Can I share?
Somebody mentioned something about that school community. I've been hearing people talk about that. I'll be honest, I don't know what that is. It's some kind of community where a lot of people are taking their community to it, and it's called school, SKOOL. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. I don't have that. We have our own community, right? We have private Telegram groups, but the Facebook group is free for everybody, and it's called The ILF Academy. Thanks, Carla.
And just just to correct you, Derek.
I messed up?
Yeah, because actually both of the groups do have a picture. So
the other one, when I put up, it just says words.
When I
so the picture then is a guy that's holding a sign that says, I need housing, and I have SSI.
Yep. Yeah. And then just make sure that it does not have a weight. Like you don't have to be accepted into this group.
Yeah. Shay found over 30 people in that group that was just kind of waiting. Yeah. So she sent all y'all a message. So all y'all should be in this newer group. But yes, it's called The ILF Academy. And Miss Darlene, if you're still here, if you heard that, let me know that you got it.
All right. 3 more questions real quick. Let's go. Fire in the hole.
Can you provide social services if you take VA residents? No, we don't recommend you start any services. Your people should be independent. Now, what we do allow, LaShonda, is for third-party people to come in to render services, but I'm not trying to pretend to be a nurse, a social service advocate, case manager, social worker. Even though I am, I don't want to be none of that once I'm doing this side. We believe that this is kind of like the whole basketball team thing. Everybody's got a position to play. Right. So your job is housing. The doctor's job is to take care of his mental health. Yep. Right? The case manager is to guide his life on what he's to be doing. The social worker keeps him in line and keep him up with all his appointments. My job is to cover that roof over his head. So don't try to be all things to all people. Right. That's where we also feel overwhelmed. You guys specialize in housing. And especially if you get my coaching, it's going to be a breeze because I'm going to walk you through it. Make sense, everybody? Yeah. So consider the coaching as this is our co-founders week. And I'll spend a little time at the end to talk about that as well. I've also answered that one in the chat. No employees, guys. And again, not to be funny, but why do I need an employee when my guys can cook their own bologna sandwich, take their own meds, and provide their own transportation? So no employees whatsoever. How do you know if your rental prices are competitive? Do you compare prices from websites? If so, what's the site? I give people an even quicker one. You can go to Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and see what people are renting rooms for in your area. That's a good place to start. But under our coaching, I'll tell you what to charge. Like I know it, no matter where you live in. And also we got homework that we'll give you to figure that out. So that's easy. I'll admit, y'all, the hardest part to this whole thing is getting the real estate to do it in. That's why we developed the HRA, which requires no real estate, and you can still house people and make money, and you don't need the property actually. Correct. Right? So if you've never seen our HRA webinar, I would text the phrase HRA to the number that's scrolling below right now. That'll give you the HRA webinar, which stands for housing referral agent, and you can still do what we do. And you don't need the real estate at all. You need to know people that have the real estate. So it's called relationship. Exactly. So please text HRA right now if you desire to do this, but you can't buy a house, rent one, or lease one. Make sense, everybody?
Is it more risky with employed people? No. You set the expectation.
People that have jobs?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
It's very easy. Like it's easy to
veterans, manage. Elderly adults, and the working individual are probably my top 3 that I like. And I'll admit that guy that's got a job, he's like, prime example, right now, I got a guy that just paid rent yesterday. He paid weekly because of his job. He just told me, Derek, just to give you a heads up, bro, my job's slowing down and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to live here. Now, he don't know this, but I'm going to give him a little grace because he's always paid rent on time, and sometimes he paid it early. Now, he don't know it, but I'll give him 2 or 3 weeks of grace. Exactly. Guys, that's also a part of this. Some of y'all are listening tonight saying, wow, Derek, you would do that? Absolutely. Some of y'all are here like, wow, Derek, like, You won't get no grace? Yes, I will. I'm in this to make money and help people. Make no mistake about that and do God's will.
Yeah.
But how does this work if nobody don't pay no rent? But when things are going so well, when somebody need a little break or some grace, and he's following all my rules,
why not?
Not drinking, not using drugs, not sneaking women through my window, I can give that boy grace. But the guy that's acting a fool, using drugs, sneaking women in the house, bringing his homeboys over that's not allowed, why would I give him a break? But this guy that's working hard 6 days a week and he on child support, I'm going to help this dude. He don't even know it though. I'll give him 3 weeks to get his life together. Now, after that, I'll admit I can't help. But I'll give this guy 3 weeks probably. Maybe 4 because I'm a nice guy. And I've been having a great month. He get grace though because of his record of paying rent on time, all the time, and early when he's got the ability.
Exactly.
That's my
He's
rules.
been awesome. He's been
and because
awesome.
he's following my rules, I'm going to give him grace that he don't even know about yet. So when God is good to you, you be good to people.
Say
2 people
that
put
one
in the
more
chat.
time.
That makes sense.
Say that one more time.
When God is good to you, you be good to people.
And even when people are not good to you, right? You still be good to people. So just be a good steward of all things.
Big shout out to Yanni who came along and joined us. Now, Yanni, you know we start at 7 o'clock, Yanni. You here with us all the time.
Yanni said I gotta set a reminder. But I want to show one thing before you do this, Derek, and then I'm going to let you close out. I want to show one picture, and this is something that I want people to see. I want you to have imagery of what shared living looks like when done right and the residents are doing well. I showed this picture on Saturday, and it means so much to me because yes, this is me right here sitting on the couch. I was actually at the house for a service order. Like I said, the electrician.
Sure, you sitting on the edge of that couch. That's against my rules, Shay.
My bad. But can I tell you something? That house belongs to the edge of the Denise Foundation, sir.
Shout out to Shay, everybody, for sitting on the arm of the chair, on the back of the chair. Get off of my chair, Shay.
Your chair. Anyway, I went to the house, and the ladies literally they dished up their lunch together. And as you see, the outstretched arms is them praying before they eat their meal. These are 4 strangers that have just met each other within 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks. And I'm not making this up. The lady in the blue and the one standing up with her arms outstretched, they moved in week before last. The young lady with the gray hoodie on that's heads down, she's been with me for 5 years. The one to her right has been with me for 2 weeks. And this is what it looks like when you do it the right way. Family is fostered. These are people that have gone through brokenness, who have been through a lot of situations and circumstances in their lives. And for me to be able to not be a fly on the wall, but to be a body in the room.
And they praying together.
And this was not, I was literally
That's
on
the
a
part that I
phone
like
call.
to, hold it, Shay.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop in and be rude for a second. The part that I like about this picture that Shay didn't have to bleed, Shay didn't have to hit them over the head with a Bible.
Didn't say
Shay didn't have to go and preach Jesus, 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 Jesus. But when you create an environment, and Carla just said it, this is true ministry right here, y'all. Shay don't need a microphone. I told y'all in some big building and calling it a church. But when you show the love of God, sometimes when people don't even know what it is, we'll get things like this. Man, there's something about that lady named Shay. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something special about her. That's the love of God. Yeah. So guess what? Guess what and how we pray? God, allow people to see the Jesus in us. Absolutely. Allow them to feel it, see it, and sense it.
Yeah.
And God, even if they don't know what it is, let them say, boy, it's something special about this boy, Derek. Yeah. That lady Shay is special, but I can't put my finger on it. It's something about y'all. Shay, how many times have we heard that? Now, the godly people, they know it. They'll say, you guys are God-fearing people, aren't you? I can tell. They'll say that. But the guy that ain't quite got his life right with God yet, he says something like this. Man, it's something about y'all, boy. Y'all are something else, man. I can't figure it out, but you guys, it's something different about. I like y'all. And that's our prayer being answered. Can y'all agree with that? How many of you all would like to create this kind of environment to show and represent the love of God, all while you making money to feed your family.
Yeah.
That's why this is so genius. We're showing the love of God, doing God's will, and he's allowing you to make money from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a ministry, because watch this, not being funny, because somebody gonna catch it the wrong way.
Yeah.
None of these women can afford their own apartment. None of these women can go out and buy a house right now. That's why this shared living environment, this co-living, this communal living is powerful.
Yeah.
You show me anything else powerful than this, and I promise you I'll try it. Guys, I tried it all. There is nothing like a business that does the will of God, help people, be the beacon of light in your community, but also make enough money to feed your family.
Mm-hmm.
Back on you, Shay. That's powerful.
Again,
I love it when you show that. You need to make this a part of the PowerPoint, because this is always a staple moment of how you didn't make them pray together. You didn't make them eat together. This is just the environment that's created for it to happen.
Derek, and can I tell you something? Like, when the case manager saw this picture today, she had tears well up in her eyes, because this is the same young lady, Derek, that one in the far corner in front of me, wearing black as well, that was terrified, that her case manager into the wee hours of the night until she fell asleep, because she was so terrified of being in a new space. And to see her involved in community, to see how these women have rallied around her to foster family, like this was the highlight of, we had so many high points last week, but when I ended my week with this, I literally came home and told Derek, and I immediately went through the camera footage, because this is a picture from my camera. I literally went into our
from
security
your house
system.
Camera that monitors
from the security
house.
system, and grabbed the picture, because I was just, it ministered to me, and it showed me the importance of what we do and why it is imperative to have people like us that we can replicate this whole thing in every state, and people's hearts be open and willing to serve those that are displaced, those that have mental health diagnoses, those that just need a safe place to be around, and to be able to foster a relationship. And that honestly was the biggest blessing to me last week, was being able to see these women really together, right? They've only known each other for 2 weeks. Yeah. If you really let's be real.
That's the beauty of it. They meet as strangers, but in less than 2 weeks, you see how they become family.
That's 2 weeks.
People ask us that all the time. Well, Derek, how long do it take to get them acclimated? Usually within a week.
But this is
the new guy moves in, or the new lady moves in, and they instantly become family with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much about all for tonight. Again, I just wanted to be able to, just to give you guys the visual, but also the opportunity to get into it. But for the Patrick family, I haven't forgot about you all. I want to show you something, right? And I often show this when people ask me the question, Derek, what sustains this business? So right here, it just shows you guys a model of a house that I currently have in real time. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath home, and the rent is $1,800, right? So I literally show you guys, what does it cost and what does it look like per room? A lot of people don't show you the numbers like this. Look at how we break this down. Notice the first thing that's on my list of things that I need to pay and take care of is my tithe and offering to God. Now, I didn't put offering in there, but tithe is the first thing for me that we're going to do. Yeah. I believe in honoring God with my tithe. That means giving 10% of what he's blessing me with back to my local church, where I'm being fed at, where I'm being spiritually fed at. And again, some people agree with this, some people don't. You take it however you want to. So I'm showing you right now today, for $740 per bed, that equals $59.20. From that, $592 is my tithe. And because I'm not petty, I round it up, and that's $600 to me.
Yeah.
$1,800 is now my rent, insurance, lights, water, Wi-Fi. That's the gist of what it's going to cost y'all. So we said, well, Derek, how much going to cost me to get started? Right here. What is the rent? Some people want that times 2 or times 3 if they want first, last, and security. Some states are banning that you can even ask for first, last, and security. We'll talk about that probably on Saturday.
Yep. Federal
but the gist of what I'm showing you is that the cost to run this place is $28.82. Guys, if you're profiting $3,038 a month, this is why I say most people can get 2 of these houses and leave your job. Does this make sense, everybody? People usually love when I show this slide because it gives more of a visual of what you make and what comes out of it. Make sense, everybody? Or if it don't, just tell me. Don't say, yeah, it makes sense if it don't. But this is a real house for me in Orlando. $1,800, 4-bed, 2-bath. Mm-hmm. Look at the math of that at $740 per person. And $3,000 in profit? What if you get 2 of these, 3 of these, 4 of these? Most of y'all can max out at 4 of them and take care of your whole retirement.
Yes, sir.
You people that are in your 50s and 60s and 70s, this is your retirement plan now. Because it ain't coming from your job. It ain't coming from your pension. It can come from doing the will of God through real estate. This is your retirement by renting or leasing a property and renting out the beds inside of them. I don't care if you call it co-living, shared living, communal living. Me and my family just decided to trademark independent living facility. Yeah. But again, I don't care what you call it. Just remember that we're taking people from homeless to hopeful. Y'all should screenshot that. And we're doing it again in a shared living environment. And for you guys that ask, well, Derek, how you get paid if they poor and they homeless, Derek? SSI, SSDI. Right. Mm-hmm. Community funded program. Shay just told you about that. Yep. Shay, can you repeat that again in case somebody just joined us or if they missed it? Why did you just pick up a check from a hospital?
Because
why didn't the client pay you?
Because the client doesn't have anything. The client met the criteria of that hospital, and that hospital is now willing to pay for that client's rent for a specific, right now it's 3 months, but can be expanded depending on the hospital and the grant funding that they have. It can be 6 months, it can be a year. It depends on the organization and how they've written their grant and how they've received their funds. And the goal of this program is for that resident to either A, find employment, or B, get SSI or SSDI. And they're working on that with them. So that's what that looks like and why I'm able to receive that money from that organization.
Good stuff.
So I hope that helps.
I love it. I love it. So again, the client don't have to always have the money. What if they met certain criteria by the hospital that meets the criteria and the hospital pays you to house that person? Right? So we believe in being a gap filler. Shay, can you tell them what a gap filler is? Not the Gap from the store, not Baby Gap.
God's appointed people where we stand in the gap and make up the hedge, right? We're the ones that meet the needs of the least of these. So that's technically what gap fillers are, and that's who we are, what we do.
Good stuff. I love it. So guys, as we're getting ready to close, I'm like that Baptist preacher. I promise I won't say I'm getting ready to close like 50 times and I'm still here. Watch me do this in probably less than 7 minutes.
Oh, I'm gonna put my
We're getting ready to close, but if you're wondering all this great information that you just heard, please follow me at Derek Forston on Facebook. I want to see 50 friend requests today. Every time I say it, you guys usually respond to that and do it. I want to see 50 friend requests today. The last person that moved at the speed of instruction, we mailed them, or actually, no, tomorrow morning, we're mailing out those Bluetooth shades or glasses that I've given away for free. So friend request me at Derek Forston, but more importantly, being my friend. Go there and be nosy and get some inspiration and some advice and education on how you can leave your job 6 to 9 months of meeting me and Shay. Follow us at Forston Consultants on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If nothing else, if you forget everything I said tonight, follow me on YouTube at Forston Consultants. That's where all the teaching is for free. Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, I'm right back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring all your questions and bring your business partner this time. Bring your pastor, bring your bishop. Bring the lady at your church that's always feeding people and say, man, there must be more. She want to get into this, but you hiding it from her. Show her this tonight. Show your pastor, your bishop. Show them this. Lead them to our channel. Because all the needs go to your church anyway. Why not your church be the beacon of light in the community like it's supposed to be through real estate? And then again, follow me on TikTok. Most of y'all are here right now because you fought me on TikTok today. Please go and be nosy on TikTok and look at the material, the teaching, and the know-how of this. But I'll admit, if you're real smart, you take our coaching. The coaching is an absolute no-brainer. Let me see if I can put it up. Our coaching, guys, right now is on a sale, right? Because of Co-Founders Week. So if you guys don't know it, my brother and I started this 12 years ago with just the idea of it.
Yeah.
Y'all see me and Shay today tear up the streets with this thing. Shay and I go all over the world, but make no mistake, me and my brother started this 12 years ago. He passed away a year ago and some change, about a year and 2 months. Not far along, still kind of tender to us. If I talk about it for too long, I start crying. But my brother and I started this, going all over the world, teaching people, how do you do this? My brother's whole teaching point was keep your job and do this.
Yep.
My coaching was leave your job and do this full time. So people love how we came from both standpoints. So depending on how far you go back on YouTube, you're going to run into my brother. My brother going to teach you that if you got a great job that don't aggravate you, that don't get on your nerves, keep your job.
Yeah.
And double up and do this too. But boy, if you anything like me, and I want to see in the chat, or you like me and you didn't really like your job, you was ready to go and you felt like God was tugging you to something else, type me in the chat. You want to be somebody that falls under my current coaching, meaning you desire to leave your job 6 to 9 months of knowing me. Most of y'all have been on your job for years. Can you imagine just giving me 6 to 9 months of your life and you walking off that job? I would love to see 15 of y'all put in the chat, Derek. I can imagine that, bro. That's going to be me, Derek. And again, because we're so gracious, I teach here for free Monday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, because of a promise I gave God. I said, God, if you let me get into this and it changed my life, I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do that right now. Guys, without God, I'm an absolute nobody. I'm a dummy. But with God, most of y'all right now think I'm a genius, but I'm not. God just showed me my vision through somebody that was doing it the wrong way, and we put our own spin on it. So if you desire for your life to change, just type me in the chat. I want to see, am I the only person, or just me, Yanni, and Miss Jillian, Miss Chong. Jillian, are you and I the only ones? Letitia Wilson, are you with us in that? Saw you on TikTok from South Carolina. Got a bunch of people in South Carolina doing this. Shout me out, Katara, if you here. Spoke to several people this week and talked about you, Katara. Your ears should be just ringing. I don't know where these South Carolina people coming from, but y'all are blowing me up, and I love it. But here's the coaching. And this is what I recommend for everybody. Now, the ILF Master Blueprint is right now on the sale the whole year. It's normally $7,500. But right now it's only $4,997. And with the code of Otis DIY, Otis, that drops to like 32 something crazy. It's like 25% off. That ends tomorrow. This is Co-Founders Week. So our one-on-one coaching is usually $7,500. We don't even offer that accelerator. We took that one away. It's 2 coaches, one-on-one and DIY. One-on-one right now is $4,997, but if you apply that coupon code at checkout that says Otis, OTIS, it drops the price 25%. The other choice is the do-it-yourself version, which used to be $997. As you know now, it's only $497. But with that coupon code, Otis DIY, you can get it for $372. That's 25% off. And this is what's involved in it. The coaching, obviously, the business coaching. We build your logo. We build your website because we own the digital marketing team. The HRA, housing referral agent, contents, that whole coaching, we give it to you. The paperwork, which cost me $8,000 from a lawyer to build it, that's it. How to acquire your property and all the ebooks that we give y'all, all the ebooks, all the courses, all the curriculum, we give it to you. The virtual assistant service, we give it to you. So again, if you want our coaching, it's on sale the whole year for only $4,997. But if you get it by tomorrow, it's $37.47. Thank you, Yanni, for putting that in the chat for me. There's the 25% off right there. Make sense, everybody? So if I were you, the DIY is Otis DIY. Brings it from $497 to $3 something. Yanni's gonna put it in the chat for me. And those are the 2 choices. And I'll admit, y'all, a lot of y'all are getting that DIY. So y'all are moving at the speed of instruction. I appreciate it. And I tell people the only difference from those 2 packages is the one, Package the one-on-one, you want me to hold your hand. You want my phone number. You want to talk to me 5 days a week and meet with me every 2 weeks. No, excuse me. I tell my people they should be meeting with me every 2 weeks for the rest of their life. That's how my one-on-one coaching goes. Set standard meetings every 2 weeks for the rest of your life. But even in between those sessions, Monday through Friday, you can call me 10 times a day if that's what you need to get you where you're going. That's how our one-on-one coaching works. It's powerful. So I tell people that if you fail under our one-on-one coaching, you wasn't trying. You can't fail under our one-on-one coaching. How can you when I've been through all the bumps, all the bruises, all the dumb mistakes, and now we coach this in 38 states now? God, I mastered this thing. And God has been good to us, believe me, with this model. So my job is to go all over the world teaching it so that y'all can leave y'all job too if this is something that you really want to do. So again, my coaching is on sale. Both of them 25% off. In fact, put in the chat right now. If you haven't done it or expressed which one you're going to get like Yanni did earlier, let me know if you're a one-on-one kind of person or a DIY. One-on-one means, Derek, hold my hand, bro, and don't let me go. DIY means, Derek, give me all your paperwork, all your curriculum, still build my website, Derek. Give me all your ebooks, Derek, all your paperwork, Derek, your lease agreement, Derek, but I only want to pay $497, Derek, and I'm going to use the coupon code to get it at $372. Put in the chat, what is your learning style, one-on-one or are you DIY? Because I tell people the only way that you should get the DIY if it's a financial strain. If you got the money or if you can split it with somebody or you use our financing, don't even get the DIY if your coaching style is you want me to hold your hand. But if you say, Derek, that ain't me. I want you to hold my hand, bro. If you're going to give me all the stuff and build my website, and Derek, I can still join you Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Derek, I want the DIY, bro. And that's why I tell people that's the way you choose this. What is your learning style? Do you want me to hold your hand, Vivian? Vivian says, nope, Derek, I don't need you to hold my hand, bro. But Derek, please build my website. Give me all that paperwork that was worth $8,000. And Derek, I want every book you got, every curriculum, and every video you ever coached on. You get it. That's the DIY for people that can do it for themselves. And can you upgrade? Yes. And I'll admit, most people do. Most people don't want no bunch of videos. I'll admit. Watch me tell y'all guys my learning style. I don't want your videos. I own 8 businesses today. 5 of those I probably took coaching on, right? Guys, I take the one-on-one coaching when I get my stuff because I'm a little bit hard-headed. I'm a little bit of a knucklehead. I'm super busy, so I forget stuff. So I want to be able to pick that phone up and call the coach Monday through Friday. If they don't offer that, I don't take the coaching. But that's my learning style. I'm not somebody you can just give a bunch of videos to, a bunch of paperwork, because I'm going to give y'all a bunch of stuff. Some of that may overwhelm y'all, and you need the guidance. That's me, because I'm a little bit of a knucklehead. So you can keep your courses. You can keep your DIY. I don't want it unless there's an option to call, and that's just me, okay? Do you have financing? Yes. So Miss Jacqueline, right on the checkout page, like even right now, go there and pretend that you're about to buy. I want you to see this. Everybody, go to forstonconsultants.com. Letitia, you just like me, one-on-one. Rhonda, you just like me, one-on-one. Like, I don't want your videos unless I can call you. Because with the one-on-one people, I still give y'all a bunch of videos, a bunch of stuff.
Exactly.
But when you watch video 17 and don't quite get what I said, you go, hey, big bro, what's going on, Derek? Now, I'm on your video 17, bro. What did you mean by we only charge people weekly when they got a job at McDonald's?
Right. Can you break
and
that
not
down?
monthly? What does that mean and why you do that? Great. I coach you. And as I said, our coaching is so powerful, regardless if you got questions or not. We meet every 2 weeks for the rest of your life unless you quit.
Yep.
And in between that, Monday through Friday, you can call me 5-10 times a day if you got questions. So again, that's why I tell people, under my one-on-one coaching, you're not allowed to fail. Now, I can't monitor you and know what you're doing on my DIY because you told me I could do it on my own, Derek. I don't need you, bro. Now, my team going to build your website with your help. But everything else, but by one-on-one people, I really mean that. Not trying to be funny or arrogant or be mean. If you fail under my one-on-one coaching, you ain't trying. Maybe God called you to bake chocolate chip cookies. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing this. Maybe God called you to babysit animals. I don't know. But if you fell under my coaching and you so-called say God called you to this, I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't trying.
My thing is come hell or
Because
high
our
water,
coaching
you
is
gotta do what
great.
you gotta do.
God is all over it.
Yeah.
And I've been through every scenario you can imagine. There is nobody that coaches this better than me. And that's not being arrogant. I just been through so much the wrong way that now we got it the right way. And it took a bunch of mistakes, lawsuits, Channel 8 News to get it to how we got it today. So again, the one-on-one coaching, ladies and gentlemen, to me is an absolute no-brainer, especially with it being on sale for the whole year.
Somebody asked, can you?
And then until tomorrow, it's an extra 25%. Shay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Someone asked, can you, LaShonda said, can you put the side-by-side comparison up again of the two?
I sure could. Yeah, I think I have it here. So obviously IMB people get everything and just disregard the accelerator. I don't even offer that unless that's a private call and your situation fits it. Yeah. I don't even offer that now because it was just too weird of a situation for most people to get.
Strange, yeah.
Because I had certain parameters that you had to meet. So I just threw it away. But the DIY means I can do this on my own. There's no consultation from me other than I made this announcement last week. April 23rd, anybody that purchased the DIY, I'm giving y'all a free masterclass for about 2 to 3 hours. That's April 23rd for free. Because remember, the DIY don't come with Derek.
Right.
But this time it does because so many of you all are buying it. I want to just pour into y'all and give y'all a separate masterclass. So if you purchased the DIY within the last, I don't care, 4 weeks up until April 23rd, you're going to be invited to a Zoom meeting, not YouTube, but a Zoom meeting. I'm going to record it. I'm going to give y'all the transcript, everything for 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to just pour into y'all. I'm going to let y'all ask questions, and that's for free. Anytime that I do that, usually if I just kind of randomly do it, that's $1,000, $500. This time, absolutely free because I just want to be a blessing to y'all this year. And again, I'll be honest, because God's just being so good to us, I want to be a blessing back to y'all and give y'all an absolute free masterclass. Don't cost you a dime. So if you do get the DIY, look out in your email over the next few weeks for April 23rd, 7 p.m. Zoom meeting for absolutely free.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited about it.
It's going to be great because so many of y'all are actually getting it. And I want to show y'all also in that group because a lot of y'all never heard of the HRA, the Housing Referral Agent, which allows you guys to make money right now. No waiting on getting a house. You're going to use your cell phone and an internet connection and relationship.
Say it again, sir.
And that's it. No real estate, Shay. Cell phone, internet connection, and relationship is what you need to run the HRA. So again, with the DIY, there's no coaching, there's no business consulting, because even on our IMB, we coach y'all in just regular business too, because Shay and I are business coaches to the core. We specialize in ILF stuff. So that's why it says business consulting. Neither one of those plans came with that, as you can see. But watch this, website, every plan I got, I build your website. I don't care if you DIY or IMB, I build your website. HRA contents, notice I gave that to the DIY people. The accelerated people didn't even get it, right? So again, just to show that comparison again on this page, everybody gets the paperwork, everybody gets the contents, everybody gets the ebooks, everybody gets the MSI group coaching. Watch this, y'all. I had a group now that was called MSI group coaching, stood for Move at the Speed of Instruction. Guys, that group was $4,500. I only took a certain amount of people, but lucky for y'all, I recorded it. So for 5 weeks in a row, I just poured into this group, teaching them the same stuff as my one-on-one group, but I did it in a group setting. I give y'all that recording. Yeah. Guys, that was a $4,500 class. Y'all get that for $497 inside of the DIY. It's also inside of the IMB. I'll admit with the IMB, you kind of don't need it because you got me, but people get it and they love it because they go through each week individually. And sometimes, again, like even if you keep joining me week after week here, you'll see me teach things that you've never heard before because it just comes out of me depending on what you ask. But notice how all the paperwork, all the ebooks and the communities are involved in this stuff. So again, one more time, really slowly, the IMB Mastery Blueprint, that's my one-on-one coaching. It's only $4,997. And up until tomorrow, you can take an additional 25% off with the coupon code OTIS, OTIS.
Yep.
The DIY, which is only $497, can also be discounted at 25% by using the coupon code Otis DIY. That drops it to like $372.75. A lot of y'all been getting that. Because again, that course also was $4,500 at one point. So to be able to get that, we build your website and give you all the paperwork that cost me $8,000. That's also a no-brainer. That's the one that I tell people that if I want everybody to get the one-on-one coaching, watch this. But if God has put on your heart to do this or get involved in it, you doing yourself a disservice if you don't at least get the DIY. You wouldn't get the DIY for only $372, and God has put this in your heart. Let you tell it. So don't forget what I said procrastination is.
Yeah.
Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. And for most of us, it's this. Help people, show the love of God, and get involved in real estate to create generational wealth and build the kingdom of God.
Yep. So LaShonda asked him, she still get access to the community. The community for the DIY is a monthly subscription to the community. You should have gotten the link to log into the community. And yes, that's
that
where you
upgrade
can
for
ask,
the $47.
correct.
You're talking about? Yeah.
Yes, for the $47 a month. You can ask all your questions there.
Yeah, we actually don't talk about that enough, but that's the other cheat code to the DIY. If you upgrade to the $47 a month plan, that allows you to ask questions Monday through Friday in our Telegram group.
Yeah.
And then we still go live and you still get me once a month, every third Wednesday. So prime example, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, we meeting with the whole ILF family and we call it Family Talk. So we branded it as Family Talk, but that's where, again, I come important to y'all and what I call not YouTube talk. Tonight, I don't have to hide none of this from y'all.
Yeah.
There's things I'll talk about in that group that YouTube will never hear. Make sense, everybody? My coaching is great, but there's a lot of stuff that when you're in the private communities, that ain't YouTube talk, as I call it. Tonight was YouTube talk. I can say all of this stuff.
We had an amazing.
There's things, and what's so cool to y'all, that group is over 2.5, 3 years old. So even when you get in it, go way back and just get all the older coaching too, and then catch yourself up. So again, for that $47 a month, that's texting questions Monday through Friday in that group, but also meeting with us every third Wednesday of every month. So you kind of still do get me. And that's why a lot of people, I believe, are getting this package. Because they say, wow, Derek, $372, bro, from $4,500, and I can upgrade to $47 a month to get in the group. Yeah. Give me that. So a lot of people want that because, again, finances, and because they're going to use it as a stepping stone. But also, big shout out to the 3 people this weekend that bought the one-on-one. They said, Derek, keep your videos. Keep your DIY. Derek, hold my hand, bro. Yeah. And they bought that. Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do, just because it was fun, Shay, I did something crazy fun on Saturday. Oh boy. I'm gonna do it again. Shay, can we repeat what we did? Or would you have to make that?
Give me a second.
I did something really stupid, crazy Saturday, guys, and I'm gonna do it now. It's only going to be for the one-on-one coaching. You just heard me talk about how the one-on-one coaching is $7,500 usually. But right now, and all year long for 2025, it's only $4,997. I take care of the tax. That's $3 away from $5,000. I take care of the tax, $4,997. Shay, right now, if anybody purchases the one-on-one coaching tonight, and we'll put how many hours on it, Shay? Because I think you put a time on it, 3 hours. Yeah, it's 9:03. So 9, 10, 11, 12. By midnight, Shay said it till midnight. If somebody pays tonight, by midnight, I'll take an additional $475 off. They need to enter the coupon code, whatever you say, Shay. Because I don't know if your old one's still set or you got to do a new one. I have
to do a new one.
Okay. You let me know, Shay.
Time.
And if somebody wants to do that tonight, let me know in the chat. If you want the one-on-one coaching with an additional $475 off of the 25% off, type me in the chat. I just want to see if it's anybody, because if it's not, Shay, I don't want you to build it.
Okay, well, let me know.
Because the regular sale ends tomorrow. But if somebody said, Derek, how can I pass that tonight and you're going to add another $475? So I'll stay for 3 more minutes. Does anybody want the one-on-one coaching and you would like another $475 off just because I feel great tonight and want to be a blessing? If not, I'm going to pray you guys out of here and let y'all go. Because this has been a great night. We came on at 7. It's now 9 o'clock. That means 2 hours of pouring into y'all. So thank y'all for letting me do that. And if anybody wants to do it, Shay, again, you tell me the word so that even when we leave, Shay, because a lot of people will watch our replays. Somebody's going to watch this 20 minutes after we leave it and want it. So Shay, you can make up the word right now if you want to.
Time.
T-I-M-E? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you guys using the coupon code, the word time, T-I-M-E, that's going to give you guys an additional $475 off of the one-on-one coaching that's already on a 25% sale. This ends in 3 hours. Shay, 12 o'clock a.m., shut it down. Make it stop.
You got it.
Okay. And then last 2 questions in the chat, and then I'm going. I'm going to pray you guys out of here. I hope I blessed y'all. I hope that you guys see our worth. I hope that y'all can feel and see and hear the love of God in us. And again, I hope that we said something tonight that can change your life or the trajectory of your family and where y'all trying to go. And I hope it's through real estate, helping people, and showing the love of God all mixed up into one. Okay. So last thing that I'm going to put on screen, then as promised, I'm going to let you guys go.
At midnight, okay?
Yes, midnight sharp, not 12:01, not 12:03. This is for people that want to move at the speed of instruction. I'm giving them time to talk to their spouse, talk to God about it, and think for 3 seconds and make a decision. If not, they can tap in on that sale that goes through Tuesday. No problem. But I want to incentivize somebody to say, Derek, God told me to get into this. I'm going to move at the speed of instruction, and I want that extra $475. And Derek, I may even bring a partner in. A lot of people do that too. Bring your partner, your business partner, your sister, your brother-in-law, whoever. Y'all can split it. Don't matter to me. So right now tonight, if you put the word time, T-I-M-E, inside of the coupon code box at checkout,
it's created.
That'll knock off another $475, and Shay just finished it. Yep. So Shay, I'm gone. The last thing I want to show is, Shay, how you invited all of those social workers to your place by using our system that we use called Digital Flow Solutions, which we give y'all for y'all coaching. Remember, guys, I don't just coach you with words. I give you the whole back end to make this business run. Yeah. So how do we invite all of these social workers to do what we call proof of concept, to show them what it looks like, what it smells like, and what it presents like? Mm-hmm. Can all of y'all imagine 18 social workers running in and out of your place?
It was very fun.
Does that make sense, everybody? That would be amazing. And then again, once you master the art of housing people like Shay did, because watch this, y'all. My wife didn't know nothing about this business. Shay was a corporate America girl making a bunch of money. But look at what she does now. To me, making a bigger impact, a bigger income, and doing the will of God. Her job wasn't per se doing the will of God. Not counting the days that she did minister to people and encourage people. Not counting that. But just the general job, Shay wasn't doing God's will. This was she doing God's will and making money. Mm-hmm. That to me is the cheat code to life. Because I tell people when I'm looking for a business or a new entity to get into, here's my check boxes. Does it please God? Check. Can I help people? Check. Will my community respect me while I'm doing it? Check. And can I make enough money to feed my family? Check. Are those your check boxes too, ladies and gentlemen, or is it just me? Because if it is, that's fine. But my check boxes, can I please God? Can I help people? Will my community respect me while I'm doing it?
Right.
And can I make enough money to feed my family?
Absolutely.
That's it for me, Shay. So again, when you master the art of housing people, now Shay do spa days, pedicure days.
I love it too.
Mani days. She takes them out to lunch, breakfast, all these extra things that you can add to continue to show the love of God once you mastered this. Make sense, everybody?
Makes sense, sir.
I hope you guys appreciated me and Shay today. I'm crazy tired. Y'all probably can't tell it because I'm so high energy. But guys, I'm tired.
On y'all.
I work 7 days a week usually, y'all. And last week was one of those days. Guys, I'm busted. But y'all probably couldn't tell because I'm so passionate about this.
Yeah.
But don't forget what I told you as we're closing. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. I want somebody to screenshot that. I want 5 of y'all to steal that from me and repost that tonight. Now, if you want to give me credit and tag me, great. If you don't, just steal it, Miss Carla. Carla said, I like that. Carla, steal this from me tonight. But Carla, more importantly, read it to yourself 5 times while you got your eyes closed. And that sounds weird because you can't do that. Try to memorize that real quick, then close your eyes and say it. Because watch me do it. I said this so much, I got it down pat. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption against God that he'll give me more time for something he's been telling me years to do, which is help people, get involved in real estate to create generational wealth and build the kingdom, but also be respected by your community by offering affordable housing. Somebody got to imagine that before you ever even get into it. Make sense, everybody? And then we live with this thing it's called move at the speed of instruction. And Miss Carla, watch this. Some people get offended by that word instruction because they feel like they're being bossed around. Mm-hmm. That's their first problem anyway. So we changed it a little bit. There's 2 versions of it. Move at the speed of revelation.
Yeah.
That means that when you get something this powerful and God has already been talking to you about it, what is you waiting on? You got to take a step as well so that God can meet you in the middle. Ain't that one of those old hymns? If you take a step, God will take one. Like, that's a song, I think. Don't make me sing it.
Please don't.
Move at the speed of revelation. For some of y'all, it's simply just watching our webinar. Some of y'all, that don't mean buying the coaching tomorrow. Some of y'all, that means texting the phrase more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. And all you're getting, get understanding. Now, you heard me tonight talk about this in a real kind of all over the place way, because I treat you like family when you come here. But that webinar, that gives a more chronological order of what this is and how to do it. And the number that's on the screen right now, just text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. Now, if you haven't done it yet, just text the word new, N-E-W. You still get the same webinar, but this time you get a free gift. It's called the ILF 101. ILF 101, free coaching. Costs everybody else that buy it money. I'm giving it to you for free tonight. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. Just the word new, N-E-W. And then last but not least, if 5 of y'all can click that, because I don't pass around an offering plate. I don't ask y'all for nothing. You getting this coaching is between you and God. Because what I do know is that God told a lot of y'all to get into something just like this, and you've been praying for it. Now, he put my big mouth right in front of your face. What's your excuse now? Because I'm your big brother. So Monday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, you are to be right here. You would be disrespecting God if you don't follow us to get the information. Who else gonna give it to you freely like this? I'm your new big brother. Somebody saying, what's up, big bro? Somebody shout me out right now if I'm your new big brother. Somebody should be saying, Derek, what's up, big bro? Derek, you my new brother. Thank you that I met you tonight, Derek. Or thank God. Don't thank me. But some of y'all should. I know that when I found my 5 coaches for the other 5 businesses I do, I said, Lord have mercy, where this guy been?
For real.
I've been trying to do this for this long, and right. Here he go now.
Yep.
I prayed for those people. I hope I was somebody y'all prayed for, whether you knew my name or not.
Ooh.
I pray that what God has put in us, you've been praying for, because guess what he's assigned me to do? Go out and give it away. So I'm on assignment just like you are. Our assignments have clashed together now. My assignment is to teach it. Your assignment is to do it and move at the speed of instruction.
Run with it.
And if we've done that tonight in terms of giving you the preliminary, can y'all please give me a 5-star Google review, Shay and I? Shay, I read some of the Google reviews today over the last 2 weeks, and oh my God, they'll make you cry.
Yeah.
The things that they're saying about you and I in
I
terms of what we've been giving these people over the last 3 weeks, Shay, it'll make you cry. So thank you if you're somebody that does. And I'm not talking about, now some of y'all say, hey man, type 5 or 6 words and just hit 5.
Some people
some of y'all are typing a whole, and I love it because it's telling us that my prayer is merging with y'all's. Yeah. And most of y'all are saying, I've been praying for this, and here he go, right in my face. I didn't create that. It's called for such a time as this. Absolutely. My mom often says that. God's appointed time. That's why I'm serious about that whole procrastination thing. So if you want the first step, Kendra, because I'm your new big brother now, Kendra, promise me that you're going to watch that webinar, because my team going to see when you watched it, and they're going to send you a link to speak to me. My system is completely automated, so I'm going to see when you watched it. Jess, my right hand, is going to send you a link or call you and say, hey, Kendra, I see you watched our webinar. You want to talk to Derek? Monday at 10, good? Boom, Jess books it. And don't forget, during my coaching package, both of them, I give y'all the virtual assistant service for free. The VAs are on me because Shay and I own the dadgum company. Make sense, y'all?
What you say?
So again, man, I'm gone. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. Shay, I'm gonna let you bless the people real quick, and then I'm gonna pray the people out here.
I'm going to bed.
I'm also going to bed really early tonight too, y'all. I'm busted. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord.
Derek,
I'm tired.
If you realize what we've been through for the past 2 weeks, we have been
I'm
going
tired.
nonstop. I'm gonna steal them and take them away, y'all.
I work 8 days a week, y'all.
Literally.
It's only 7 days, but I work 8 days a week, y'all.
Literally.
I'm somewhere 8 days a week explaining this, talking about it, coaching.
Made up his own
and
day
so many of you all that are joining us, y'all keeping me busy. And I appreciate that because busy is good. Make sense, everybody? So Kendra said, I'm gonna be her new big brother. So did Michelle, so did Carla. So I'm excited, Jacqueline, that you guys found us. But guess what? We give God the credit. I take no credit. Because remember, I told you guys, my prayer is every day, God, I decrease so that you can increase in me. Shay, you done?
I'm gonna give a shameless plug because I don't think a lot. You've been singing all night, right? So I'm gonna introduce. I want people to. I don't think I've done this in forever. Okay, for those of you,
where you went?
You just dropped me off the stage.
Touched nothing.
Not nice.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, what happened?
Let's see if I can find you. There you go.
He just doing too much. See, that's what tired people
didn't hit a thing, y'all.
That's what.
But she loved to blame me, so that's normal, y'all. Y'all just take it.
Anyway, for those of you that don't know, Derek's always on here playing around, singing and doing all that good stuff. I also sing. I'm a worship leader at my local church and also have a single out on all streaming platforms. So when you get time, look me up, and I am putting the name in the chat. The name is Shanyasha, Shonyasha. Go ahead and check your girl out. Download all proceeds.
What is it called, Shay? You said
Sent
the name.
From heaven. I'm sorry. Sent from heaven.
Download what?
My bad. Listen, guys.
Sent from heaven.
Sent
is
from
her
heaven.
single.
But if you type in my name, I'm the only one. So literally, it'll show. On all your streaming platforms. All proceeds from that song go directly back to housing the homeless. So definitely check me out. Check me out. Join me. Be a friend on all of our social media platforms. Shanyasha and Angela Denise Foundation on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Join us in the venture, right? I'm always shooting something on my Hangout with me, Ride with me, giving you something to inspire you and uplift you as you are going through this for-profit, nonprofit journey on changing the lives of others. So have a good night. I love you all. God bless you all. And thank you for allowing us to share this time in this space with you. We are super grateful and we don't take it lightly or take it for granted. So have a blessed night.
Good stuff, Michelle. Thank you so much. And then the last thing I'm going to put in the chat, somebody literally just kind of asked this question. So I'll just kind of guide you to it. We get a lot of questions on how we rent these properties and what to say to landlords. I'll admit, guys, for years, I never gave that sauce away unless you had our one-on-one coaching. Now that's in both of our coaching plans, but it's also a separate ebook by itself. So probably about 8 months ago, we released it as a single product. So if you just text the word purpose to 407-326-0086, that'll give you our ebook that's titled The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit, the exact guide of what we say to rent these properties. So there was somebody that I just saw in the chat that says it's hard to rent houses in Indianapolis because they want 2 or 3 times the rent. We coach people there, so no problem. But again, maybe we're going to look for somebody that doesn't want the first, last, and security, which means for us is a private landlord, not Rosa and Rosa Realty, right? So I got a bunch of videos on that. Make sure you guys soak up the YouTube channel, subscribe here. And guys, I'm going to pray y'all out of here, the short version. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show.
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.